Yo, what up? How's it going, chat? Hello, hello. Good to see you guys. Good to see ya. Spice of Jesus, the sound spam. I know, right? The goddamn sound spam. My ears. Good to see you, chat. Good to see you. I hope you're having a great Wednesday night / Thursday morning. I hope it's going fantastic for you.
Guys can see this guy right now.
Thank you guys for the love. Woo! I just woke up. I'm lightheaded. I need more time. I gotta calibrate. Let my brain wake up a bit. It's good to see you guys. We are going to be playing Noita today. I hope you guys are cool with that. I hope you're excited to see a little bit of Noita. Last time I played Noita, I got my ass beat in some Twitch integration rules that Yolk had come up with that were damn impossible. All right, they were impossible. I was sweating my ass off. I never could get a single win, and it was driving me crazy. But today, we're not going to be doing Twitch. Well, we may do a little bit of Twitch integration at the end. You never know. But my plan is to do like a daily run, a longer run, just one of those Noita adventures where we just go do some fun long game stuff, you know? Long run, good stuff. Can we check out that acid / fire / smoke shift? We could, if you guys are interested, though I don't know if it's possible on today's daily, so we may have to find a different seed for that. You promised you wanted to make acid into fire or smoke, or what you saw yesterday. I do want to, but it'll come down to, is it possible on today's daily? And if it's not, would you guys prefer I do a different seed or do a different long run? You know, we'll have to have the chat decide, but I would like to do that run. Which I'll probably have to show chat the clip so that they can understand what we would want to check out. What kind of cool stuff. The second shift of today's daily is acid to held material. Oh, well then shit. We could do it then. Wait. No, that's not the shift that we need. We need held material to acid. The opposite. Number 7 on the daily. So Lude is saying that it is possible today. It is possible to do some acid craziness. Liquid says, yeah, there's basically no way to save acid in today's daily without going early New Game Plus. There's no way to save acid? Really? I can't remember if you hold acid for the acid tell material, won't it skip it / do a random shift? Yes. That would be one way to potentially avoid acid being shifted away early, right? As if acid survived, then shift number 7 is held to acid, which would work for Vex's fire to acid. Yes, the only problem is that random moment you could get screwed with, like, probably something else maybe going bad. I think for the most part you should be fine, yeah. All right, so the daily run, what are we going to do on the daily run? Basically, there was a clip the other day from Vex where he actually showed off a form of a very deadly recursive acid, I guess is the best way to describe it. I'll show you a clip and see if you guys are interested in trying to do it today. Somebody in the chat, I think it was Lude, was saying that it would take about 7 shifts to pull it off today. This one, no, not this one. There we go. Here's the clip.
No.
So basically,
My fire is green.
fire, a very specific form of fire.
My goodness.
A very specific form of fire, if it's converted into acid, creates kind of like a chain. And what happens is acid gives off a gas called flammable gas. And if that flammable gas catches fire, that form of fire will then create more acid. So the loop will just keep going forever. You just end up with so you know the shift of flammable gas to acid? This one seems like a stronger, it's like the same concept, but a stronger reaction out of it. I kind of want to do a run where we experiment with it to see just how bad does it get. This is even worse than regular creepy acid. It can move upwards. See, I've never experienced this shift, and the thing is, you would have to. This one can accidentally happen, but you do have to accidentally hold the proper form of fire. So it's one shift can make this happen, but you still would have to, hold a flask.
Do it.
So we could try this one today if you guys are interested.
Ah yeah, that happened to me last week in the bathroom after some Taco Bell DNK mod.
I think Zytio said the same thing earlier with Wendy's.
Do it.
What was that? Fire to acid? Yeah, that the form of fire that's the one where you put I think whiskey and lava in a flask, that one. Nusper says he's not that interested in that. Okay, if you guys are not interested, we could also do a No Holy Mountain basic win. Do you guys want to do that? Aurora says they want that. 11. I'm not ready for 11 orb no healing. That one, I gotta mentally prepare for that. No Holy Mountain is ass. Random starts. Random starts aren't too long though half the time. They end up being shorter runs. Kingdom Hearts run, Heartless. No picking up any heart/heals. You have to finish the Crystal Key quest. Man, you guys are really wanting to torture me today. What the hell, man? Since we seem like we're not in agreement on this one, want to just do a Noita roulette run? Max roulette, ask the gods. You know. All right. Fire to acid versus roulette. That's what you guys are doing. All right. Choose a run. It is going to be a roulette run, which is basically we just let an RNG thing decide on how many orbs we collect, how many fungal shifts, how many bosses we kill. Or, so that fire to acid is a fungal shift that we'd have to make it take place. Then once it takes place, I guess the ruling is we would have to make the shift happen. And then once the shift happens, we just have to do the shift as early as possible and try to get a win with it, I guess. These are your options. The roulette will be done on the daily, just so you know. Fire to acid is just going to be rules dodging and rules lawyering all the way to the end. Fire to acid run, it definitely won. That's what I'm trying to decide on Dodgy. He says, do you have to shift as soon as possible? So the problem is if we do it super early, then there's just no way we survive it, right?
Yes.
But also that's part of the challenge. Once you get telly. Let's do that. I like that rule. I like this rule right here. Once we have teleport, the teleport spell, then the shift must take place. How about this as well then? Kill multiple bosses after if you are allowed to put... Okay, so... And every holy mountain visited before I have the telly means I have to kill another boss. So for example, if I don't get telly for I visit 4 holy mountains, I may have to kill 4 bosses. What do you guys think? No? Great run, already role lawyering before it. Oh god, yeah, I'm a little scared. That's good. I like it. But Chet says they like it.
Do it.
All right, today's run will be done on the daily run. The shifts are set up in such a way that we will be able to convert fire to acid, which should create one of the deadliest shifts in Noita. Once I have the teleport bolt, I must do the deadliest shift and kill a boss for every holy mountain that I had visited before finding the telly and then get a win. That's kind of a crazy set of rules, but it should be easy to follow, I think. Are you allowed to ignore teleports? No, the teleport bolt, small and regular telly. These are the two... you know what? Small, regular. No, we'll just say it has to be one of those two. And no, they cannot ignore them. Once I find them, that has to be go time. No, return doesn't count. Swapper doesn't count. Run. Yeah, sure, I'll put challenge in the title. There you go. Predictions are open. Type exclamation mark yes, you think I'm going to win. Exclamation mark no, I think I'm going to lose. Remember, I am doing it on the daily run today. This should get kind of interesting today. I actually don't know what this run's gonna... I'm a little nervous.
You guys could see this guy right now. He is drenched in sweat.
I'm a little nervous about this run. Yo, what's up there, Clap? Is that Burself Clap? Thank you there for the brand new Prime. I appreciate you, man. All right, this is going to be today's daily run, and we're starting with Acceleradium Spark Bolts. Okay, this is a pretty good start for us, I would say. How do I want to do this? You know what? Let's just drink the Acceleradium. We'll go back and get that orb in a second. I think it'd be quicker. Some concentrated mana. There we go. An acid potion, so this guarantees that we will have a way out of the first holy mountain, because you can use acid to dig a hole in the mountain, no problem. That's good.
I'm touching myself.
Woat's excited. He sees acid. He gets hyped. Do you still have the only Acceleradium? Let me make sure. Let me check that. Nope. Just today's daily run, I guess, starts with it. So if you hop into today's daily, you should see it at the beginning. I'm going to use the water to hopefully levitate up here correctly. No, I fell out of the water. Fuck. It's not as deadly as flammable gas to acid. The thing is, the old one, the old flammable gas to acid, no. That was like one of the deadliest shifts in all of Noita. But if you remember, they made changes to the engine, you know, through the years. And at some point, I think they made it where materials idle more easily to try to keep it from the game from being as laggy. But when they did that, it kind of made the flammable gas to acid a lot less reactive. Like it kind of calms down really quickly. And so once it's off screen, it kind of just chills. Well, from what I saw with Vex's clips that he linked, that fire to acid made it seem like it was very active. Like it was spreading it did a very good job at spreading the acid everywhere. So our shift today isn't going to be just about trying to survive it, but also seeing if maybe this is kind of like the new form of flammable gas to acid. Obviously not as exciting because it isn't completely natural. Flammable gas to acid is a completely natural shift. They don't have to hold anything and it can just happen. This one, you will have to hold a very specific form of fire to have it occur. Still interesting though. If you find Telly now, is it 0 bosses? Yeah, I guess I'd have to zoom back up to the surface. I think that's fair. Would follow the rules. How do I get over there? I mean, like, everything is a dead end in such an annoying way. I guess it's going to be right here. That's the sweet spot. Stop sliding. Thank you. Ow. Wasted my time just trying to get into the zone. And it's a dead end. Cool. Cool, cool, cool. Saw blades. Boo. Boo. Read indoor cat. Uh oh, did you make a discovery? You'll need to hold acid for shift 2 and make mystery fungus beforehand because it'll get shifted away. Okay, thanks for the heads up. Wait, before what shift number do I have to worry about for that one? But yeah, I gotta hold it on shift 2. Hopefully shift 2 doesn't scam us with like RNG. Some crazy RNG.
In sweat.
Are you also not allowed to kill bosses if you find the telly now? Yes, exactly. It'll be no bosses. It'll just be pick up the salt and then run to get a win. I'm not allowed to kill it, but if the environment kills it, that's not, you know. I'd say in that scenario, it's all good. Note to question, I'm going for win streaks and realize they don't work on the daily in the in-game counter. Does doing a daily cancel a win streak? Is there a way to make the daily count? Yeah, the daily does not count. I don't think it cancels your win streak. It just doesn't add to it, I believe is what happens. I don't know, really haven't paid too much attention to it. Also, in the win streaking community, I don't believe they allow the dailies to count towards the win streak either. For the people that do like the world record win streak. Oh shit, there's a missing wand. Oh god. Please hold. I'm locked in for a second. No missiles, please. What the hell happened to the wand? Just gone.
The missile knows where it is at all times.
Hold on, I'm locked in. I know there's somebody out there with a wand looking to murder. You down here? No? So one of the issues at the moment is that I don't want to go too far away from where I last spotted where that wand should be. Because what'll happen is the moment you let your guard down and you forget about it, that's whenever you get got. I don't want to get got. I want to go get. Oh shit. That's kind of nice. I'll take that over the saw blades. Screw the saw blades. Okay, well that... I'm too lazy to fix it. It's good enough. Noita question. Dunk, I played some Noita yesterday and found this silver-like spell, almost like scissors on a chain. It felt really useless. Does it even have a function in this game? Scissors on a chain? What are they referring to, chat? Chainsaw? Okay, that was their... If it's chainsaw, they're just memeing. Scissors on a chain? Hold on, let me see what the hell they're... The audio's broken right now, you can tell. That's not a good sign. I'm trying to look at the chainsaw spell to see how they visualize scissors on a chain. Don't answer, he's trolling. That's gotta be trolling, right? Because what kind of description of a chainsaw is that? I just want to kindly request that you take damage as your HP is currently brain rot. Fair. Fair enough. Hold up. I'm sure I'll take damage in a moment. Okay, kick the damn cart. Kick the damn cart. Yay, we got a heart. Here you go, Conga, to make you happy. Too much damage! Too much damage! No! Oh, come on, man. No! Dude, the water was being such a pain in the ass. If you're curious what you're trying to do there, is that trying to convert the whole thing to water real quick, but the stage just kept sticking to me. Kept coming up for air, and then it hit me with that toxic sludge. Ooh! Oh no! It was a chest that dropped gold and we lost it. 9k hours. The water will sometimes convert quickly. It depends on how you spread the water on the top. I just did a bad job. I should have slung more on the ceiling. Ooh, I like that. Am I missing something here? Where could that wand possibly be? There's this spot here. And I feel like I've looked everywhere around where that guy could have possibly went. Just doesn't exist. Oh, here it is. It's blending with the ground.
I'm legally blind.
It was camoed. Ooh. Yeah, main wand. I just like having those spark bolts as an option to build with. I hate leaving the spark bolts behind, but I think it is the move. Does the holding 5 wands trick still work? No, at least not the old method. There may be a method that still exists, but the old popular method is not around anymore. It is done. Ooh, a 0.10, 0.07. Did anyone ever do the math on what the odds were of a run having so many Ukos as your actually cursed run did? No, I never had anybody look into it. If anybody doesn't know what Synthetron's talking about, we had a seed we found a couple months ago, which I think it's recorded in the Discord. If we ever wanted to bust it out again, we could. But Snowy Depths had, what was it? It was something insane. Like, yeah, it was a daily, but you can still play the same. It was a daily seed, but you can still bust it out. You'll just get different starting loots. But the Uko, was it 13? 17? It was the most Ukos I've ever seen by almost double. Like, let's say the most Ukos I had ever seen in the zone was like, I don't know, 7 Ukos in Snowy Depths. There was like 14 or more in that one run in Snowy Depths. Absolutely insane RNG. Another chest here. This is one of the chest formations that if you ever grab the curse, the greed curse, this formation is a guaranteed chest formation. So it actually gives you 1 in 50 odds, so a 2% chance that this, instead of being a regular treasure chest, this will actually be a great treasure chest. And that's true also for the parallel world formation. So since I know this formation is here, I could go grab the greed curse and then start jumping to parallel worlds, going to the same spot over and over. And every time I go to a parallel world and I find that, that'll be about a 2% chance. If I see that formation, a 2% chance that it'll be a great chest. So it's not that bad of odds for such an insanely rare thing. Because normally the odds are 1 in 1,000. The greed curse gives you a huge boost to your probability. Only on guaranteed chest formations, it is. Oh, Mac found it. Mac says 17 Uko seed, and he even posted the number. Thank you, Mac. Yeah, that truly was one of the most insane seeds. Now, somebody can play on it, though, and just bypass Snowy Depths real quickly, because some people just go through Snowy Depths real quick. They just don't, not intentionally, like they're trying to avoid it. They just don't hang out there for too long. And if they played that, they would say, oh, that seemed like a regular run, nothing unusual. Meanwhile, for us, since we hung around Snowy Depths for so long, we found out that it was... I mean, the probability of that has to be so low. I'd never seen anything like that in all of my days of Noita. Here's a missile. I'll take that over the crystal, that's for sure. I have an actual skill question. When you spill water on yourself to put out fire, where do you aim to do it most effectively? I always feel like when you do it, it's always faster than when I do it. You're just looking, the idea is you're just looking to throw water above you. So like you're spraying it up and then you're jumping into it. Sometimes I feel like I mess up the timing a little bit and I spray and jump like at the same time. And I think it's because like the player, I don't know how the player levitation works. Yes, it does get the water on you, but if you give it like a split second where you let the water go up and then you jump into it, it's kind of hard to see because there's already a water stain on me. That stains you the quickest. So anyways, I'm on fire, cursor up as quick as I can, start to spray and then levitate. That's the idea. If you can wait, like if you can hit the spray and then levitate maybe 0.2 seconds later, I feel like that can sometimes result in a stain getting off your character quicker. If you're on fire, don't worry about the delay between the two, but more like whenever you have a slime stain on your character, that damn slime stain is aggressive. Sometimes it'll just not get off of your character, but if you do that half a second or 0.2 second, you know, delay and then jump into the water, it like washes it off quicker. I don't know. I think it's because you're more submerging yourself in it rather than trickling the water on you like 1 pixel at a time. There's a gold pouch. There's a gold pouch. Gold pouches are worth 1,000 gold. And we do actually need the pouch, I think, today. So I'm going to go ahead and empty this out. I'm going to leave my tablet behind. You can also bind the key to pull out water and spray it and say, yes, a lot of players do. Yeah, they mess with their key bind so that they can do that at the exact same time. True for like tablet throwing and stuff as well, where they'll bind the keys to tablet throw and kick, all kinds of stuff. Me, I just play on the default keys, just living that default gamer life. I kind of want these bombs over the missiles, kind of. What are the stats on this? 170. This is 220. Yeah, in case we get black hole, even though black hole probably would go on this wand. Wait, why are we holding this? What am I doing? This guy's chilling, but I want to get rid of him because he does bleed acid. And our shift later is going to be a shift that I've never experienced. And I think that I need to make sure that I keep this acid under control as much as I can. You know what? I'm not even going to risk... Well, maybe I do risk it a little bit. No. I'm afraid of... Yeah, I'm afraid of that right there. The acid getting stored behind that gold. It can kind of burst onto your character. When you already have 1,800 gold, why risk acid just like spewing on your character? Super unnecessary risk. Oh my gosh, frogs everywhere. frogs can very easily kill us. 46 health is no joke. These guys. Oh my gosh, another one. There we go. Alright, let's close the predictions and let's get to the first mountain. Yeah? Woo! First holy mountain. We got some strategy to discuss, but before we discuss strategy, we close the bets. Alright, let's go. So what is in store for us this holy mountain? So we have eggs, but I don't think I'll do anything crazy with the eggs. Some bouncing burst, chain spell, or chain bolt, spark bolts. Good, good, good. Alright, so the mountain is not super hype. Ah, shit. Shit. Well, my HP is doing great. 225 HP in the first zone. That's pretty damn good. So good, in fact, that let's not even be greedy. Let's go ahead and grab the heal. Let's not even greed it. Then from there, I'm going to grab this wand and store these spark bolts. And then I'm going to grab this wand and I guess keep the chain bolt up there. I don't know. So we're kind of in a weird spot because chain bolt is pretty good for us early game. I like it a lot, but the only perk that kind of messes up chain bolt is repulsion field. But repulsion field is arguably probably one of the best perks in the game to get, especially at this point. So I do want to grab it. So I'm just stuck between kind of a weird situation. Let's get this here. Yeah, we'll probably end up grabbing repulsion and just dealing with the annoyingness of chain bolt with it. Oh crap, there's some chain there, isn't there? Can I kick that up? Kick this to the side. No! Fuck, almost did it. Almost was a gamer. Oh, come on! The game is being mean to me right now. Stop it! Alright, statues in the right place. I guess we'll go ahead and take the repulsion. And then acid, we start to spray a little bit. It's going to piss off the gods pretty quickly. He's not going to be happy. And we kill him. Grab his lunch money. And then be careful with the acid pouring because we want to make sure that we have a way out. We need this. Ooh, I burned myself. Burned my toes. Alright, there we go. So, chain bolt, go do your thing. Go murder some guys. Yeah, so you can see how the chain bolt's getting pushed too quickly. Oh well, we'll find an upgrade really soon, I bet. What's shifting? Shifting is where you can get your character high by eating fungus in the game. There's a couple ways to get your character high, but when your character gets high, this leads to one material in your world being deleted and another material in the world being duplicated. So for example, you have a whole lake of water, right? This huge thing of water. And if you do a fungal shift, it can choose two materials. So for example, it could select water and delete all water from your world. It means anywhere that there is water, boom, it's gone. And then it takes a second material, let's choose polymorphine, and it duplicates it. So anywhere that there would be water is gone, and instead it replaces it with polymorphine. Water will be completely removed from your game, and yeah, everywhere else, like holy mountains where they have water, all those are all going to be filled with polymorphine. Those are just an example. It doesn't mean that water will always be replaced with polymorphine or anything like that. You just picture any two materials in Noita, remove one of them, duplicate the other one. That's the idea. But the removal resource and the replacement resources are completely random. Yes and no. So if you do nothing, like if I'm just eating the fungus and my character is getting high, then yes, it just selects two random. The randomness is set to the seed though. So like we're playing on the daily run, meaning other people will get the same results that I get. It's still random, but it's seeded RNG. So predictable random, if that makes sense. But there is a way you can manipulate this, and what that is whenever you're doing these fungal shifts, you're getting your character high. If you're like, ooh, I kind of want to force something to happen, or try to force something to happen at least, what you can do is you can hold materials, which, let me kill this nest real fast and I'll keep yapping. The nests are terrible with the chain bolt, because the nest doesn't actually... So these enemies, the chain bolt does home onto them, which is nice. But the nest, the home does not work on the nest, so you just kind of have to spam at it, and yeah, it's frustrating. In fact, let's see if I can hit him with a TNT, maybe. Kind of. There we go. I think I saw a potential thing above that. So whenever you're eating this fungus and you're about to be doing a fungal shift, you can hold a flask of a material. So for example, if I hold this potion right here, this flask of water, it means there's a 75% chance that water will be affected in some way. It may get removed, it may get duplicated, but there's a 75% chance that you will affect the shift by holding that material. And that's true with any material that you hold. So let's say that I have this pouch right here, and I walk over to this this coal, and I scoop some of it up. Now I have well, there's plastic in it too. It's whatever is the dominant ingredient. So there's more coal than there is plastic inside this pouch. So if I did a fungal shift and I held this pouch out while the shift was taking place, there would be a 75% chance that coal will be affected. Whether it's going to be duplicated, whether it's going to be removed, you don't know, but it's a 75% chance it will affect it. Huh. Pretty lame first area, or second area so far. The first area was kind of an awesome one, actually. 225 HP, some decent wands. I should not have killed that guy. I should have farmed a telly flask from him, but oh well. It was a mistake. I shot first, and then I asked questions later. It's the American way, that's true. It's the American way. It's not really shoot first, ask questions later. It's shoot first, but give reasons why later. Why did you do that? Because... Start filling it in with random stuff. I didn't like them. He's reaching, he's reaching. You think that's funny? Well, I'm referring to the queso clip, which I don't remember if we watched that on stream, but he was doing this. He has a pretty funny clip where he's like, he's playing, I don't know what game he's playing, some goofy military game, and he's just like, he's reaching, just spamming the fucking shot the whole time.
Hey, B-52, my body cam died! Ah! Pull over! Stay there! You better not move! You better not be raging! Quit raging! Stop raging! Quit raging!
Hiisi is finished for domestic terrorists. Oh god. Well, actually, now that you say it, maybe the hiisi are just protesters. I never actually paid attention to what they were doing in there. At the very least, they're committing some kind of OSHA violations, because the hiisi base is dangerous as fuck. Vats of acid and, well, not acid, well, vats of lava and explosives and oil all over the place. Hey, hidden heart. Thank you. How are you doing? I had an English test today, secondary language. I hope everything went well. I hope I haven't messed up your vocabulary too much. His understanding of English has like suffered since joining the channel. I was fluent until I stopped by that stream. Holy shit. Woo! Getting hearts everywhere. Actually, let me get that tablet back. More simple. Oh, come on.
Have you ever had a dream that you do
My brain!
so you could do anything?
Oh shit. Oh shit. That is bad news. He's carrying some lances. Wait, is that him over there? Yes, that is, and he just died. Run, run, run. Steal his wand. Yeah, crit on oil on it, though. It's kind of interesting. We'll put it in the top of the holy mountain.
My English has improved thanks to your power word sessions.
Oh God. now I know that's not true. Me simple. Do that. Oh my God, that is a mage carrying a wand. Oh boy. And I don't know where he went. Crap. No. That is not what you want to see. I forgot to grab my tablet back. You never want to see a mage with a wand, because if he has something really deadly, he can tell you right behind you and just insta you. What the hell is that angle? No! No! Come on. So normally it's really easy to kill this guy around the corner, but the repulsion is not working with me now. This is a case of repulsion being bad news. Let's get this slime real quick. So we throw down a little bit of telly. And then in our unstable telly, see it says unstable teleportatium, we want to scoop up some slime. Dance around in the slime. Oh shit! It's that mage. So he does not have a deadly wand. It's whiskey. Let's see. So the unstable telly that's in the flask is starting to become stabilized. We do need a bit more slime though. It looks like there's a good amount over here. Oh no no! It's almost looking good. 9% unstable left. So close. Alright. We're almost stabilized. Ooh, okay, that was an accident. 1% unstable. Oh well. So, now that we've stabilized our telly, what we can do... First off, trying to get the path to the bottom. I kind of want to do something with this. In fact, I'm going to drop that. Alright, we're not done with that zone, but because we have the telly, the regular teleportatium, not the unstable, we can go back up pretty easily. Ooh, and that's why you check the next mountain a little early, because you may find some perk that changes how you approach the run. Alright, Steve. Doing bad guy things. Alright. Alright, Tinker. Time to TP into lava. Wait, there wasn't a mountain before, right? There wasn't a lava mountain, was there? Oh god, you're in my head now. Do you kill a boss for going to... Yes, this is our second holy mountain, so we have to kill at least 2 bosses in this run. At least 2. In fact, let me get rid of that. Go triple. Put up the luminous timer, I guess. That should be good enough. Alright, so then we use our telly, and we telly back up. That's why we were stabilizing our telly, so that I can control where the teleports go. This allows me to go back up to the previous zone very easily, rather than having to dig our way back up, which we could have, if we wanted to. We could have dug with the luminous timers. And we got the Tinker ability, so we can edit wherever we go. So let's get some good stuff. What's your NR1 advice on getting a god run? NR1? Like nightmare run? Is that what you're abbreviating for? Oh, number 1. My bad. Sorry, I'm so used to hearing people say NG+, Nightmare NG, and I heard NR1. I was like, wait, what is he abbreviating? Number 1 thing for getting a god run? Yeah, that's not a bad idea. Put that Lumi timer there. I don't think it completely helps it, right? It just helps it. Actually, you're alright, yeah. I didn't realize it helped that much. I thought it just helped a little bit, but it... much better. Good call, Vialet. Good call. Now we're less frustrated. Weeb, shut your mouth. Let me think for a second on that number one. When it comes to God runs, I mean, everybody's got their own things that they prioritize, and it really depends on how you're approaching things. So, for example, somebody's goal may just be to get a God run. They don't care if it takes like 5 runs. They just want to get that God run going. And then another person may be like, I don't care how slow I have to play, but I want to guarantee that the next run that I do is a God run, which leads to 2 different approaches. If you're trying to guarantee the current run that you are on will be a God run, then I would say the key is prioritizing, basically maximizing the what's the word I'm looking for? Maximizing the usage of your HP. So if right now, for example, I could go on to the next zone, I would be fine. And I could find great wands there, go on, get a God run, for sure. But if I wanted to guarantee it 100% without a doubt, then my health bar is not low enough for me to push forward. I still have a little bit further that I can go without risking death too much. Not to say that I can't die, but I'm unlikely to die. So by doing that, I just walk around the zone, I grab up more resources, and by finding these extra resources, you're just increasing the odds more and more that the run you're currently on is going to turn into a God run. Like, look at my health bar. I currently have 285 health. There's a lot of new players that whenever I watch them get their first win ever and they're really excited, it's not uncommon for them to have less than 285 HP in their winning run. We're talking like killing the final boss. They're like, yes, I did it. And you look at their HP and it'll be like, you know, like 260 or some shit like that. And that's because they usually aren't getting as much utility out of their, as much value out of their HP bar. Now, obviously being a new guy, it is harder to get value because you get hurt more easily. You need to move forward more easily. But there's also times that people will be at the health bar that I am now, and you'll see that they recognize they have pretty good loot, and they just move on. They just move on to the next zone. Because they're like, okay, I can kill these enemies. What am I looking for at that point? Well, right now, I'm looking for extra health, extra resources, all that kind of stuff that can make sure that I turn this into a high-tier run, you know, a God run. That's what gives you consistency. Grab fungus, good call. But then there's other styles that are like, you know, they're willing to die a couple times. They're just looking to get a run going as quick as possible. And in that case, I would say you probably just want to kind of, you know, check the holy mountains, check the perks, see if the perks align with what you're looking for. And because you got to remember that later wands are just better. Like later game wands in general are on average significantly better because they're higher tier wands. And you just run to the late game, try to find a God wand, and then from there you can just go wild. And that may take a couple attempts because you're letting RNG steer, because sometimes you don't exactly find God wands that quick and easy. This is a great wand, by the way, that we just found. The problem with spending an hour in the first couple of zones, it feels more like a waste of time, which when you get noited out of nowhere, which is more likely to happen when you're less experienced. True, Moo's exactly right. The only reason you should ever say like, oh, I want to make sure my next run is a God run is because you're already comfortable in the Noita world. If there's a lot of enemies you've never experienced, you don't understand a lot of interactions, then wanting to get a God run super early is, I mean, it's ambitious, right? Like you're charging into the unknown. Because yeah, you could farm 10,000 HP. And you're like, I did it because I played the early game super slow, very cautiously, got all the value I could out of my health, and because of that, now I have 10,000 HP. But maybe you run into a polymage for the first time ever. You've never seen that polymage before. You have no idea what he does. He polymorphs you into a sheep, and then he kills you. Then you're super frustrated because you're like, what? Even though I played the early game so well, collected all this HP, I died. And it's like, well, yeah, because lack of knowledge at the end of the day will get you. You know, sometimes there's no saving you. There was no amount of like preparation that if there was a moment you were meant to learn something, a new mechanic that you were unaware of, you could have prepared for hours and just throw it all away. Usually use the early days for getting basic wins in Noita. Like, I would recommend for most people, you easily get like a dozen plus wins before you start venturing out into the god runs. That way you're less frustrated with you know, certain things going wrong. Yeah, so it's hard to give like just a general, hey, this is what you need to do for a god run, since there's many different things that people struggle with. So you may already have the style of play of slow and steady, but maybe you're not as good at recognizing when your HP is too low that you need to move on, and that could be what's costing you. Ooh, that could be potentially nice. I've watched players throw away a run like what I have right now, where, you know, pretty great health, pretty great resources, everything's looking good, and their health bar starts to drop to like 40 or 50, and they're still diving into areas for extra gold. Not even for like hearts or anything. They just see clumps of gold, and they're like, ooh, I need that gold. It's like, well, you're risking your entire run for a little bit of gold, which gold will become somewhat meaningless later on because of how much you have. Just gotta recognize when is the risk worth it. I died to fire the other day after doing the Heart Mage trick. Lesson learned. Oh shit. Yeah, the HP scales, you know. That the fire damage scales with HP. So the more health you have, the more that fire burns. Same percentage, but when your health is insanely high, that damage is pretty spicy. I never have enough gold after 2 to 3 holy mountains. It's kind of surprising. You gotta remember, like, the pheromone trick. That's a great resource where if you have pheromone on you, don't forget that as you progress further, the wands give you more gold for selling them in pheromone. That's a big detail that can give you consistent high money if you need it in the late game. If I get a triplicate bolt, I dig for way too much gold. That's one too that, like, I mean, for example, look at my gold right now. This is an insane amount of gold. So gold should not be a priority right now. You should not be risking it. Now, if I see gold in front of me, obviously I pick it up. I don't just leave it. But you'll notice that it's not uncommon for me to walk past some expiring gold and not dive for it, trying to be like, oh, save the gold. I'm really leeching those final resources. See if we get anything special out of this. But it looks like we're probably done with the zone. Now, is it necessary to be this slow? No. But it gives you consistency. I think I already explored all this area, right? Correct? No? Maybe? Let's see. Oh, shit. See, now my health bar is in a place where you could say it's probably about time we get ready to head out of here. Alright, let me see if I get an angle to get rid of RoboCop. Oh, you're supposed to die from that. There it goes. Alright, health is too low. Danger is quite high. Yep, we're out of here. Alright. Grab our heal, and look at this. We're in great shape. It's a snowball effect, because by grabbing the early health and early resources, now I do more damage in the third zone, and it just keeps compiling. Just keep doing more and more. We actually let the mountain collapse now. It doesn't really matter since we have Tinker. Do you ever wish you could forget all the Noita mechanics so that you could experience the learning aspect of the game again? I really wish I could do that for some games. I've definitely found that to be true in some games. Not so much in Noita, because there's always more to learn. Like, there's tons of stuff for me to still learn about Noita. It's not like, oh, everything is done. I forget stuff all the time naturally. Just because there's so much shit to remember in Noita, I can't keep up with it all. It's hard to retain all this Noita information. So I wouldn't say it applies. That for me, that tends to apply for games that kind of have a more limited amount of. Maybe the mechanics can be somewhat complex, but still limited on how many there are. Noita just keeps on going. There's always something else. Also, your dementia helps. No. Just my brain is filled with so much information. I can't contain it all. I'm pretty sure that propane tank is just camping there, just waiting for me to take that gold. But I'm not taking the bait. Oh! Bad guys. Lots of bad guys. I'm kind of tempted to fix up this wand here. I think is probably going to be the better move. Let's do that. I'm tired of using this chain bolt. Chain bolt drops off a lot in value in snowy depths just because there's so much space. Guess we could just...
Watch your enemies. See them driven before you. They hear the lamentation of their women.
Sure. There's definitely something better we could run there, but this will be fine. It'll be fine. Where is, Hey, where's the guy with his wand? Who took my wand? There he is. Running off with my loot. Ooh, spitter timer. That's a big one. We could put the spitter on here. We're gonna have no range. Hold on, let me... we need to... Pop that into a triple with that. There you go. Looking for damage. Looking for some enemies to kill. Yeah, the reason I haven't started fungal shifting yet is I mean, I guess I could start doing a couple. I wanted. Ooh, don't jump into that. The rule we made was about the final shift or all shifting. Like, you could start shifting now. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Maybe we do that, start shifting now. Really depends on how quickly that teleport sneaks up on me, you know? If it comes up real quick, I'm like, ooh, I need to stall a bit. So having delayed shifts would be nice, but if it ends up taking forever, then it's going to be like, wow, we should have started doing this ahead of time. That's a mimic stuck in the ground. Ooh, polymorphine. That's scary. And that guy's going to grab that wand. Oh, no, he didn't grab it, actually. What a nice guy. Ooh, and that's why you check the wands. You never know what it's going to have. So if I go... Lumi timer... This is a really weird build, by the way. Actually, wait, no, they're supposed to be... Oh, shit. Wait, that's not going to work out. Hold up. This is all kinds of scuffed. Hold up. Hold up. It's kind of what I'm looking for, but hold up. Why was that... Oh, yeah, I forgot, because the mana regen's so good, we don't even need to wrap to it anyways, so that's kind of silly. Never mind. How are we looking there? Okay, so that one is rough, but here... maybe we do want to do something with that. Once we have a really good add mana setup, though, which this isn't necessarily really good, but this is good enough that we can kind of shred through things pretty easily, then I tend to visit the next mountain a bit early because I can dig back up, no problem. We have here homing. And then freeze, which we already did have a freeze before, if we wanted to. We really don't have a heal right now, but our health is in a good place. You know what? We'll be conservative. We'll still grab the Wand Experimenter just to play things safe. And Wand Experimenter makes it where every single one of these wands can heal me. So then I don't have to save this heal, since we have lots of heals. Early Wand Experimenter, early Tinker, early Repulsion. This is all set up. That means that we could go to the Wand-Mart area right now and probably be really happy with what we find. Is Bubble Spark helpful at all on Wand 1? We could use it for the minus 0.08. The problem is I was wanting to cast the add mana at the front. So add mana equals 0.17 plus the wand's 0.07. So to add them together, it's 0.24. So you have to have a way to remove 0.24 cast delay, which that removes half of it, minus 0.12. That would remove 0.08. So there's 0.04 remaining. I mean, there's definitely some stuff. You can, I don't know. There are moves you can make, but I don't think at the end of the day it's anything that you'd be like, oh yeah, that was worth the trouble. All of them at the end of it are like, oh, well, you might as well just, you know, it's like whatever. They're all probably minor upgrades, really. Wand-Mart is kind of cheating because you're almost guaranteed to find Telly there. So you'd rather me, you'd want me to keep pushing forward then? You prefer that? I'm cool with that too. If that's what you think would be spicier. Do what your heart says is right. I mean, going to Wand-Mart definitely opens up our build much quicker. I prefer he finds Telly first, otherwise he can just waltz up to Kolmi and go, oh well. Just insta him. But then again, remember, each holy mountain means I have to kill another boss. So currently we owe 3 bosses. Which Kolmi will be 1, obviously, but Leviathan and Rock Boss another? Yeah, I don't think so. Can you imagine? I mean, that Rock Boss would be scary as hell, because if any acid or anything happens up there, oh man. We would be in trouble. I hear an Uko. Ooh, look at that. That is nice. Very nice. So, if we were to say double add mana, Lumi timer, speed up this, 1, 2, 3. Is that good enough? Yes. Don't have to be creative at all. That one just works. Good to go. Going over here because you got to remember that if you dig down, there's 2 free wands in there. Oh, also, when I found the new wand, I should have just fired it to heal up. Once you have Wand Experimenter, your health should always be at 100%. So anytime you see it that it's a little bit down, it means I'm misplaying. I'm fucking up. And in Noita, whenever you give the game an opportunity, it will take it. And it will murder you with that opportunity. So I gotta hurry up and take that opportunity away from it. Hold up. That's your fault, chat. Mods, ban chat. They did that to me. You saw it. They hacked me. They hacked me. I would never make such a mistake. It's a noob move. Ooh, look at this, though. Hidden heart. Nice. I was hacked. Well, there's a wand right there. We'll grab the wand. It's got a lot of acid on it, which is pretty scary for today's run. We throw these on the ground. And then we cast it with Wand Experimenter, and our health is full. I thought it was planned by you to find a heart and a wand. Exactly. Yeah. Never mind, mods. Unban everybody. It was part of my master plan. I'm a genius. I knew it. Maybe we could heal with this if we would like. Take the dangerous thing off of it. Now we're topped off. Move these down here. Toss that. Anything else good? Yo, my God. we really do have the we do have some hacks on right now. There's a fucking third ad mana. But Snowy Depths is a good place for finding ad manas. Again, remember earlier somebody was asking about the you know, #1 tip for getting god runs, and I was just trying to say, like, slow down your play, because we could have easily moved on to the hiisi base. You saw that I went to that mountain. I could have easily moved in the hiisi base. Would we get a god run going? Probably still. But by slowing it down, getting all the value out of my HP that I have, we end up with several ad manas. You know, just we end up with deadlier wands in general. How'd you get the idea to shift fire to acid? Seems quite dangerous. Vex actually posted a clip, had us watch a clip the other day of him experimenting with it in his run. And the result was even spicier than I thought it would be, which I can show it again if you want to see it. And so then I was like, I want to try that shift. I don't think I've ever experienced that exact shift before. Let's see, where was Vex? All right, let's see. Hold on, give me one moment. Here's little innocent Vex.
No! My fire is green.
So
Oh
then,
god, oh my goodness. Oh god, oh no!
see how it starts to spread? Watch it. It will only spread more. You say
This is not the
experiment
type
as
of
if I intentionally shifted fire into acid. I just want to do funny fire shift. Oh, I wasn't sure what your game plan was. I just thought it was. I just knew you were doing some goofing around, and I didn't know if it was
Oh god, it catches the flammable gas on fire.
intentional or not.
Spreads. Oh wait,
It is
we're
a good one though.
trapped.
So this is how it. Yeah, they just keep spreading. So we're trying to see if we have that happen to us, can we survive it? That's what I want to know. That's what a man with hair looks like. Shut the hell up. it's what a man with hair looks like. If you're curious how he's able to survive right now, it's because you got to remember that acid does not stain you. Acid is like a contact damage that burns you, but it doesn't stain you. So meaning if you have an ambrosia stain and you can make your character not move at all, then you can potentially just keep the just survive in it forever.
Oh my god.
The issue is though, acid tends to make you move because it makes your character try to float. But if you have breathless, you won't float. Or at least, yeah, I don't think it tries to make you float. But the issue is that it also digs away the ground beneath you, which then causes you to move, and then your ambrosia dries off of you. But yeah, so once we saw that yesterday from Vex, I'm trying to survive that, I guess is what we're hoping and we're preparing for at the moment. The bet was to make that or survive that. I have to make that and survive that while also killing several bosses. Keep in mind, I will be in a way better position than Vex will be in because he did it when he had like the starter health and like starter wands. I am, since I know what's going to go down, I'm using this time to prep. And we're allowed to prep until we find a telebolt. So we could have already possibly had to do the shift now, but we've been lucky. We've been lucky that we found good resources without finding a telebolt, because telebolt is also considered a good resource. But for today's challenge, the moment I find that telebolt, we have to try to do that shift, and the earlier that happens, the worse off I'm going to be. So let's keep stalling on the telebolt. Hopefully we don't see one anytime soon. What about small telebolt? Yes, regular telebolt, small telebolt, both are allowed for the challenge. They both force it to kind of begin. For the record, if you don't find Telly in the main world and have to go to parallel worlds, that adds another boss. Sure. Maybe. Probably. Yeah. We'll probably go to Wand-Mart before then, so surely we'll get a telebolt there. And since it has taken us a bit to get our hands on the shift that the telebolt, I'll go ahead and start prepping things a little bit. Should go to Wand-Mart right now. That's what I was saying earlier, but Chad was saying, but then they kind of wanted me to keep going in the regular route for a bit, so I said, sure, we'll try it. So the shifts today are going to be shift number 1, Oil, swamp, and peat into weird fungus. That's good for us. Acid, we're going to have to do acid to acid so that we don't lose the acid. We want to keep it around. Number 3, something into water. That's whatever. This stuff into sand. I thought chat said we're going to lose our fungus. Am I drunk? Chat says a lot of things. That's the shift right there. This shift right here has the possibility to be insane. This shift right here can be spicy. In fact, if we wanted to, you could use shift number 7 to do the classic, the first ever shift that I had experienced that I was like, holy shit, this is really bad, which was flammable gas to acid. That's the OG, like, oh my god, this shift is bad moment. So we're trying to try out Vex's fire shift to see if that maybe is even a worse shift than that one that we kind of stumbled across a long time ago. So we have 7 shifts to do. Let's go ahead and start shifting now. Oh, actually, wait. We need oil to stay around so that we can do the you'll lose it on shift 2. Oh, indoor cat. So what indoor cat is saying, so shift 2, acid into vomit or held material. But we need acid today. It's part of our shifting and everything. So what I was going to do is acid into, and then I hold a flask of acid. So it's acid into acid. If a material tries to transform into itself, it's like, what? This isn't a shift, it's nothing. So then it re-rolls into a different shift altogether that's not even shown here. And Indoor Cat saying that shift, the re-roll shift, is the one that will lose fungus. So that's why he had mentioned it. That makes a lot of sense. So I have to do some slight prep to get to do the first shift. I'm heading over to the far right side trying to see if there is a shop on the right side, because it has to be on the right or the left. So let's check the right first. And here it is. You can see that the shop is here. There we go. Okay, you know what would be fun? We drop this one, we grab that, drop that, grab that. No, we are not grabbing those nukes, you sickos. There's a return, does that count? No, I said it wouldn't count, but we may end up having to make a homemade teleport and say, at some point say like, well, that's good enough, but we'll see. So what's funny is like the wand like this, you would think, you know, it's a pretty good wand. But this wand, because it has 520 mana, you would think is better. But actually, because we have so many add manas, capacity becomes a insanely high priority when looking at wands. So this wand has 11 capacity versus this 9 capacity, making this wand actually better. So we can start to shift some materials over. You could actually put that there and that. Sure, why not? How viable are multicast wands? Example 5 cast and above. They're still viable, but they're very situational. Like, they depend a lot on what you have to work with them. Sometimes they can be very difficult to work with. Sometimes because of the certain spells you have, like chainsaws or whatever, it can be very easy. In fact, many people argue in the community, they're wrong, but they still argue it, that the best wand in the entire game that's consistently available is a 26 cast wand. It's a wand, in fact we'll probably see it in a little bit, that casts all 26 slots at the same time. Like every time you cast it, all 26. And it tends to be a very popular wand in the community. You actually believe swiftness is better? Are you actually trolling or being serious? I think that swiftness is in general more versatile. Like in the moment, like if you, like in general, when a person's coming across the, just you know, running up to the wands, the wand they're gonna want to grab majority of the time is swiftness. But once you get into the ultra late game where you're trying to just max out capacity and all that kind of stuff, then yeah, whatever has more capacity is going to be the better choice, which is going to be the 26 cast. It does enable fire wands more easily, but that's literally it. It also has better mana regen as well, which are pretty much like your crucial things. Like, you can create a machine gun easier, and you can you have better mana restoration. Mana regen literally has no meaning in this game, and Aqua says Lysias is the one using an add mana mod. Sounds like we have found the guy with the add mana mod, and his name is Aqua. He has been exposed. Mana regen can be really important. Not everybody finds like tons of add manas. I mean, yes, it's hard to say on this run because I have 3 add manas, but there are many runs that I've been playing like 5 hours with 0 add manas. It's happened many times. Let me do shift number 1. So remember, shift number one is oil, swamp, and peat tries to turn into weird fungus, but we need to keep oil. So what we're going to do is we're going to hold a flask of worm pheromone, and it will turn into weird fungus. Pretty minor shift. Nothing about it should be important. I got to be careful I don't throw up in my flask. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to eat up this fungus. I have to get over 180 seconds worth of the tripping effect. Then I cram my head in the ceiling here. And the reason I do that is my character's throwing up while he's tripping. It says worm pheromone. So my worm pheromone turned into weird fungus, and the thing to watch out for is your character, since he's throwing up from the shifting, sometimes if you're holding this potion, but it only has a little bit of the material, you may accidentally throw up into your flask. So vomit will take over as the majority material, and then you'll accidentally shift that. Wouldn't have been a big deal. Wouldn't have been a big deal. We just would have had vomit shifted into fungus, which is really not that scary. But it's a good thing to be aware of in general. Just have it in mind. So in the mountain that we're about to go to, Big Steve's going to spawn. We're still looking for a teleport bolt. This will actually make it so that we have to kill 4 bosses. We're going into our 4th holy mountain without finding a telebolt. It's a little concerning. Kind of. Oh, oil. Hold up. We'll discuss that in a moment. Hook bolt. Not really a telebolt. Wait, where's Big Steve? The hell? He moved out so quick. He's like, no thank you. Fire immunity, I think, is pretty big for what we're about to be doing. So we will snag that. He literally left, yeah. Hi, everybody. Fire immunity, really? There will be no fire. So you got to remember that in Noita, it's misleading. Because it's like, oh, fire shifted away. But there's still like, there's like 7 forms of fire or some shit. There's a ton of them. I beg
you fix your attack wand, please, I am crying.
My attack wand? That's good. Gets the job done. He dead. He dead. Oh, do we have some slight cast delay on there? Wait. Is there a slight cast delay? Oh yeah, you're right. There is a slight cast delay. We added too much. Put that in the ceiling. Sorry, Aqua. To trigger OCD. Can I see how long a run is going on? Something like /played in PoE 2. I think if you type !wand in my chat, do we have a duration timer on there? I can't remember. Test 60's adds so many things to it, I can't keep track. Show map and game info. Yeah, playtime 1 hour 35 minutes 44 seconds, and then it gives you like all, yeah. So this is basically, if you type !wand, this is something that gives you all the stats about my current run that you can do. I try to leave that mod on at all times. It just pulls info about my game for your browser. Damn, the next mountain, we're gonna have to kill 5 bosses if we go to that next mountain. Oh boy, this is starting to look kind of messed up, actually. The boss number is getting too high. Yeah, I think I am gonna go to the Wand-Mart area just because Thought I would have... What in the swapper? God damn it, swapper. Where are you? There he goes. So no fired acid? Acid? No, I have not done the fired acid shift. I'm waiting for the telebolt. The reason I have to wait for the telebolt is otherwise we're pretty much just throwing the run away whenever we do the shift. Picture your whole world just flooding with acid and you don't have telebolt. You can't just like, you know, oh, I'll just walk through it. That'll be fine. It will not be fine. Surely you find a teleport bolt in a parallel world holy mountain. Parallel world? How far do you think I'm gonna have to go for this shit? I'm gonna run out of bosses to fight. Maybe we'll get one right here from the dragon boss. Dragon, wake up. That is garbage. Actually, we could use it as a telewand, I guess. Why are you killing bosses without the ship? Fuck! We'll make it where we have to go... Well... Damn it. Yeah, I guess there's no saying that we can't kill bosses. We just have to kill, I guess, the bosses after the shift. Or do I give up the wand?
The real ones in chat are the people who voted no.
Yeah, we're definitely not going to count them towards the bosses that must be killed. But the thing is, am I allowed to use his resources? That's the problem that I'm trying to... Do we allow ourselves to use... I think we should be allowed to use his resources. Just not count them towards the boss account. I guess just so we don't risk anybody debating over the resources, I'll leave it, but... We won't count that boss kill. Fuck, that means I lose the dragon, though. Dragons should still count if I go to a parallel world. Read me, I think it's a good compromise. I think in fairness to the rule conditions, you should have to get to the final holy mountain before looking elsewhere. Ugh. Just so many bosses we'll have to kill. Like, you gotta remember, the world's gonna be filling up with acid. Like, this is gonna be really, really bad. You know what also kind of sucks with what's going on right now is we have not found any black holes. And the world's filling up with acid. I think we're going to need those. To counteract the dragon heart, I'll leave that heart there. So that we can think of it as we didn't take any of the resources from them. Even though that wasn't really a qualification for the rules, but I just kind of, just for the fun of it. Otherwise, it probably would be smart to go kill the Alchemist right now. But we'll avoid that. Alright, well, we're going to jump in one more mountain and then see if Telly appears. God damn it. First reroll of the run, though. Interesting. Toxic immunity. Okay, we're gonna do shift number 2 right now, and let's see what happens with this shift. Yeah, if only it was acid immunity, that would be nice. Worm blood. Worm blood turned into acid. Oh god. Wait. Oh god. That just makes things a lot worse, doesn't it? Oh shit. Oh well. I'm rolling this. Ooh, saving grace? That could be huge in this run. So this is 5 bosses. Kolmi being 1. Pyramid boss, Alchemist. Bridge
It
boss?
will be really funny if you visited 50 mountains before finding first TP and had to kill 35 dragons.
Oh god. Endor had some helpful advice. What was this helpful? There are only 2 teleports in the main world for my scam. I suggested to visit the Meat Realm boss for no particular reason. Fuck that. I know I can find it. You just don't believe. You're a doubter. Visit the Meat Realm boss for no particular reason. Meat Realm boss is actually a good one, though. We probably need to kill whenever we have the acid flowing everywhere. Wait, is it? Wait, number 6? No, it should be mountain number 5. Okay, let's drop stuff that we're just kind of staring at right now. We're actually gonna grab this. We may need it for killing the bridge boss. Maybe. I really didn't say Nala return counted as a telly, but honestly, at this point, if I end up getting the resources, I would maybe let you guys decide if you wanted me to struggle and have to go through looking for actual telly, or if you're wanting to get to the good part. Either way, I'd be happy with whichever, either one that you choose. I'm just really wanting to see how crazy this shift will get, and I also don't want to die in the process. If you do the shifting without finding telly, will that will that end with the Holy Mountain equals the boss's rules? Yeah, once the acid is online, that's whenever the boss's stuff starts going, right? I figure that's part of the fun, right? When the world's filling up with acid, that's when you're having to be like, oh shit, I gotta kill this guy, kill this guy. I don't know if it's actually gonna be that hard. We may end up seeing it and then just there's no acid anywhere, and we're like, well, sweet. Just go kill a couple bosses, I guess. But I also think there probably are going to be many instances of the world just kind of having acid everywhere. And then we're like, oh, run for your lives.
I don't want to be a sad sack and all, but I just wanted to say that watching Dunk grow as a streamer and the community he has built around his authenticity and genuine character has been an integral part of my entertainment the last few years, and I just wanted to say a genuine thank you for sticking at it and being the genuine unhinged self.
Wait, hold on. Unhinged self that we all knew and that we all knew and old have grown to love. Love you all. Aw, Magum. Thank you, man. Get me a little choked up. Get me a little bro is stuck inside Dunk's basement. What? Like, Mongo's trying to give a fucking wholesome comment, and you guys are talking shit. You are animals. All of you. Be ashamed of yourselves. Thanks for the love, Magum.
Entertainment has been entirely derived from shit talking his bald ass.
What? That's called being a hater. True hater. Can you Nala the hook bolt? Yes, it's actually a pretty decent spell to Nala. Like it's if I get a Nala for the hook bolts or the did I not hold on to the return? Oh, there it is. The return. Both of these can make for decent telly wands. Nala probably the better one of the two. I mean, that's it. Hook bolt probably with the Nala, the better one of the two. Probably. It really depends on your setup. Alright, check our next shift. Shift number 3, freezing liquid and worm blood into water. Oh, that's actually bad for us. Fungus time. Let's get fungi. Flurp. We have to eat over 180 seconds worth. Oh, we're so close. There we go. And we don't need to hold the material or anything because we know that the random shift is already something that we are okay with. For our challenge today. It said acid, but obviously it didn't change the main acid. In fact, I think I may want to get rid of this flask for now. Nah, it doesn't matter. You can always scoop up lava later. Fun fact, since Hook Bolt has plus 10 recoil but only pulls you forward on collision, you could technically make a recoil build with -1 lifetime Hook Bolts. Interesting. Interesting. If Wormblood is shifted to acid, the next shift is Wormblood to water, what's going to happen? So the transformed acid just turned into water. Like the Wormblood category just turned into water, which was transformed to acid, I believe. Hold on, am I saying that right? Hopefully I'm saying that right. We'll have a moment in a second we can actually show it. By the way, if you're curious why we wait after we do fungal shifts, it's because you have to wait at least 5 minutes, in-game 5 minutes, before you can do another shift. But I tend to just do a shift and kind of forget for a little while, and then do another shift, and just keep doing it that way. Chop time? Oh, damn, how the hell? It's already been 4 hours? Shit. in a moment, I'm gonna have to get your guys' feedback on how you guys want to approach the rest of the run. If you're wanting to make it kind of like a scavenger hunt for teleport bolts, any of the teleport bolts, or if you guys want me to do a homemade telebolt using like Nala hook bolt, and then once I've achieved the homemade version, we would start doing the acid stuff, or I don't know. Like I said, we're gonna see what you guys prefer. So go to the meat realm. You're yapping too much. I'm moving, man. I'm moving. Let me do the shop, and then I'll ask you guys. Hook bolt will be fun to commemorate Terraria update. Wait, Terraria got its update today? Hold up. Oh shit! Wait, it's been actually 2 days ago. I didn't even know. I wasn't paying attention. Happy launch day, Terrarians. Oh shit. Oh, there's a trailer. Is this the one? Bigger and bolder. Bait gamer. Dude, I didn't know. I didn't know. Is this okay? Yeah. They're saying yes. I'm gonna watch this real fast. Hold on, and then we'll do the shop. I want to see. All right, sure. Quality. Wait, what the hell? It's just like you, Balder. Wait, hold on. What was that last one? Wait, so brand new boss tracks, so new boss music, but no new bosses? I didn't see the part about the new bosses, maybe. Wait, so were there new boss tracks but not new bosses? That makes me a little bit sad. No bosses. Huh. I don't fully understand what's going on here, like with this setup. Some kind of farm. I can be a rodent pog. It's a mob farm? It's bringing the resources up here, but I can't tell exactly like what's going on with these. It says it's Skyblock Farm. They're showcasing conveyor belt updates. Boulder chests. Okay, so those are just chests. Wait, was that a thing before where you could have stuff kind of auto placing into these chests? No, it's new. I was gonna say I never saw that before. I don't know, there's some cool stuff. I mean, especially if there's some kind of automation thing here where it's auto placing loot into the chest. It's like, I wonder what will result from this. We'll see what players' creativity, if it goes wild with it. They also added magic storage to vanilla. Bullshit. Did they actually? I didn't see that. Hold up. Swear. Yes? What? These devs are smart. Who knew? Who knew? Hold on, let me see. I may have to load Terraria back up soon. Added 9 new whips. Chat sold. 650 plus new items. Wait, what the fuck? What the fuck? Okay, that one, thank God, if they really did add that magic storage thing built into the game, that was one of the biggest things I complained about, but it would 100% have to be necessary if you added 650 plus new items. Wait, that's crazy. They have all that new shit, but no new bosses? Added Pal World crossover content, including 5 pals and a vanity outfit? Oh, man. Added spectating of other players via the new, is that scrying orb, or by haunting them after being slain? Yeah, I'll have to check this out later. I had no idea. Nobody told me. Maybe you guys mentioned the Discord and I didn't see it or some shit. Items can now be crafted from nearby chests. This can be toggled on/off as desired. My God. Right-clicking a crafting station now opens a crafting menu showing only the items that can be crafted at the station. The station. These are so many good ones. Very, very cool. The devs are modernizing Terraria. I wasn't sure if they, because people had talked about Terraria update. I wasn't sure if they were kind of stacking on the old things, but the fact that they're willing to make moves like that that's a significant quality of life change that sometimes game devs don't do it because they're afraid of changing how the game feels. They're like, no, exactly. You know what I mean? It's like they're stuck in their old ways, but that doesn't seem to be the case with the Terraria devs. Props to them. Sounds like they actually fucking making some badass stuff. Oh, guy picked up a wand. That could have been scary. Do you have any advice for using arc spells? Give me an example of like an arc spell, because some people debate on things that qualify. So for example, if you're talking about linear arc, that is an arc spell technically. So you're like, oh, let me just throw that there. Boom, +5 damage added to every single spell in that group for literally 0 mana. It's a huge upgrade. I just wasn't doing it because I was being lazy. If you're talking about arcs like poison arc and stuff, well, that's a totally different realm. I forgot the material arc spells existed. They can be a bit on the disappointing side, that's for sure. I didn't get to see which one they said. They didn't specify which arc spell. Can you go to Parallel World? Yeah, but the problem is every holy mountain I go to means more bosses that I have to kill, so I'm a bit afraid of that, but I'll see what chat wants. First things first, though, we haven't found any black holes either. That's also a huge problem. Yep, still no teleport wand. Who knew it was going to be so rough? How many bosses so far? We have to kill 5 bosses. Right, chat? 5, yeah. I'm about due for another shift as well. Would you consider this a bingo card win? Oh, that's why you were doing it, Axeman, you trolling bastard. Yes, we do count those arc spells because everybody argues the technicality because I'm like, that's not an arc. They're like, it's literally named the linear arc. It's like, okay, because most people, when they talk about the arc spells in Noita, you think of like electric arc, poison arc, the gunpowder arc, that kind of crap. All right, quick dose of DunkTales from Shankmo. Almost there. Wait, is this the right one? Yes, it is. There we go.
Lurking in this sweaty cave here in Dunkville. Moist mobs, monsters, swapper mages.
Just checking the temperatures.
Dunk thrill might get a victory. Extend your win streak. DunkTales, cool. Every night he's out there screaming. DunkTales, cool. Tales of glory crouches when skill prevails. Danger.
There is no raffle. Chat, you're getting baited.
Emotes will find you. Punch a goon and slide into some DunkTales. Let's take a spin, might get a win on DunkTales. Good tales of the legend, all jokes and good dunk spells. Good, not gamble fans on fam on snails. No DunkTales. Good.
Quit lying to the innocent new guys, tricking them into your quacking
I really
ways.
wish you guys could see this guy right now. He is
Poor new
drenched
guys.
in sweat.
And we are just collecting a bit of gold. We actually won't need much gold, but I wanted to have enough to... make sure I can buy stuff in heaven. I think we're good on this, because heaven cosmetics, heaven items or spells, they are expensive. Please stop getting stuck. Is it possible to get the jet sound effect with the hook bolt, or would it be a good challenge? In fact, I think we're about to get it in just a moment, I believe. Hopefully I'm not misremembering. Ooh, stay away from those telly mages. Whew! There we go. Hey! What the... God damn it! No! What? Stupid telly mages. I lost my alignment. Actually, you know what? I kind of want that Mimikium. That could be helpful. My health is kind of not looking great. There we go. We're looking for a Nala. Ooh, buddy. Grab an alpha while we're up here. Nala should be somewhat common. Not that difficult to find. Uh-oh. Rut-row. Yeah, this is definitely a little rut-row, because it means we gotta head over to an area that's a bit more spicy. Please stay away from the polymages. For the love of God. White hole? I'll take that. I will take that. Get off of me. No, stay away. That guy's gonna bleed chaotic poly everywhere. My favorite. Oh my, no! Woo! There's too many dangerous things over here. Oh! No! Stop getting teleport, please! Oh wow, I must have bypassed the spot that could have had the free spells. I do have a white hole in alpha. We can go to hell and be much safer than what we're doing right now. But we could be so close to it. It could be like right here. I just found like 3 Nalas in hell. I know it's a common spell to find in heaven and hell. That's why I'm a little bit sad that we're kind of looking all over the place trying to find it. Should not be a hard one for us. That's how Noita goes. Oh, there's one right there. There she blows. Alright, okay, let's slap that onto there, and then we don't need this anymore, and then how we looking? So then from here... Does the hook bolt not zoom at all? I thought we were going to hear some zooming, but I guess maybe the way the hook bolt moves, it doesn't allow for it. So I'm about to have you guys vote if you guys want to count this as a tele bolt, or if you want the adventure to continue until I find an official tele bolt. Let me just get down to the ground. Yeah, it is a janky ass teleport. It's definitely not perfect, but luckily going left to right, it's okay. I could use something with return. Yeah, we could go, I mean, with the spark bolts. We could do a spitter timer, and in the spitter timer we put a return Nala, so it looks like this. That's also a possibility if we want to. A little goofy. These are homemade. Why not just return Nala? That's what that is. Oh, maybe he's lacking a little bit. But yeah, that's what that is right there. Okay. So here's your choice. Continue to look for Telebolt. Who knows how long it'll take. Or how do I describe this? Continue to look for Telly, or start the Acid Fungal Shift now. If we start the Acid Fungal Shift now, then that means that we get to count the janky versions as the Telebolts. So that's, you guys are gonna vote. It's gonna be a 1-minute poll. I don't want to like look for a Telebolt for like 3 hours and then we're like, well, we already kind of had Telly this whole time. And you're like, we're just waiting around for the acid. Remember, if I continue looking for Telly, that means potentially I have to kill more bosses. But the final thing that we have, the Telebolt, is much better. So there's negative and there's positive. There's a little, don't get excited because of 6-7 shit. This is literally called weighing your options. All right. Continue looking for Telly, or start Acid Shift now. 1-minute poll. No 6-7. You're goddamn it. Your guys' brains are rotted. Start the acid shifting now. So chat is like me. It's kind of like, we don't want to sit around forever. We want to get to it. So if we start doing the acid shifting now, that means, where is this? So we are coming up on shift number 4. Water, all this crap turning into sand. Obviously it's better to just shift away something else, but we're not going to do that. And number 5, we're also not going to do that. So 4, 5, we need to do these 2 shifts. So it's going to take me a little bit to get to the acid, but we got the setup. We just need to start shifting. So go ahead, eat the fungus now. And then hold up. Sand, okay. 5-minute timer starting now. And what you were saying, you wanted one just as like the naked return. Yeah, I'm never really a big fan of this one. Going up and down's not bad. Or mainly up. I don't know why. Up seems to go pretty good. May have to also depend on the way your wand, like the length of the wand. Yeah, this one's definitely quicker. And the hook bolt I felt like was probably our best case right now. Even though it moves a little odd. Prep the fire. Yes, I'm gonna go do that right now. In fact, we have the oil potion ready to go. And then here we can put the speed up alpha lights. Let's see if we can put the light there. Maybe give us some visuals in the darkness. White hole. Alpha, first spell. Yep. Always forget. We're just grabbing the heal out of here. Because we are about to be making fire. Is the dominant ingredient supposed to be oil? I feel like it is. I think the oil is it. Basically, in Noita, there are, I don't know, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I don't know. There's several forms of fire. Even though they're all going to be labeled fire, there's many forms of it. Okay, not 6, 7. God damn it, chat. 5 forms. Let's say that then. We're never going to 6. 5. Since there are multiple forms of it, whenever you do a fungal shift with fire involved, it can be a little confusing because you're like, wait, fire shifted away, but I still see fire. That's because of the several different categories. So what I'm going to do is I'm creating a very specific form of fire where if you put oil, you have oil in a flask, and then you scoop up a little bit of lava. Whoop. Did I scoop any up? All right. Stir it around. Keep stirring. Keep stirring. And there you go. Now we have the majority ingredient fire, and that's the fire that we need. This fire can create some pretty spicy interactions. That's the one that we need for today's shift. Try Lumi Timer plus Nala plus Return. It's way better. Oh, you like that one more? Let's see. This should be a quad. That's there. This is there. Is that good? It's not bad. If we do that, maybe we can rotate another one of these over. Yeah, I can make it better too. Okay, actually maybe that is the best it can be. Unless... But wait, there's more. Is that holding it back? No, it's just the nature of it. That's not bad though. I do like that. Good call, good call. What if you add Plasma Orbit? No, we are not adding Plasma Orbit. Consume? It's already time? And this one, which one is this one that we're doing right now? Shift, the one with sand we just did. Polymorphine and unstable polymorphine are going to turn into swamp. It's actually a nice one for us. For the multi-cat, yeah, the add manas, there's no purpose to wrap them. In fact, you could put all of them here. The reason there's no real need for the wrap right now is the mana should sustain it. Like these right here should counter it enough. Longtime YouTube viewer finally catching a live stream. What's up there, Wizard? Appreciate you stopping by the live stream. We're doing kind of a goofy run today. It's taken a while to get set up. We've been on this run for almost 4 hours, probably more like 3.5 hours. But we're getting to the good part. We are about, let's see, we did this one. We are 10 minutes away from a shift that may actually kill the run entirely or make it very interesting. We're about to find out in 10 minutes. You know what I could do? I know what we're gonna do to burn time. We're gonna go get a God Wand real quick. So I'm gonna go grab a God Wand, which I think will help us out a bit. In fact, wait, let me look. It's actually going to be one that... Well, no, we're probably going to grab the Swiftness. Oh, we don't want to go this way. It'll resurrect that boss. We don't want to fight him yet. We're saving that pyramid boss kill. In a moment, we're going to be doing that. But not yet. One of the bad things is we don't really have a lot of stuff to get the stains off of me. I need to get some blood from my enemies. Let's do that. Let's pour out this sand. The Wand of Swiftness. Oh, that's true. We could grab the milk. It's not a bad idea. And when somebody said he needs some milk, I wasn't fully processing it. Guess we'll grab this one while we're chilling. Ow! This crap off of me. Oh shit, I aligned poorly. My bad, my bad. Swiftness will make it easier to do what I think I'm planning to do. Well, Alright, I got it. I think.
Do it.
It does need to be this one, though. I'm sorry, this is going to trigger some of you. Oh my god, he grabbed Swiftness. Burn everything down. Okay, right now, that does function like that. And then what we want to do is we can wrap at least one of those, if not more. Lumi timer. Double up on that. Add mana goes here. Alright, it's just going to take a moment for me to think my way through this. So that's 1. This is all 1. Then it wraps to that, grabbing 2. Good. And then if we move it to a triple and add the alpha there. Damn it, I need another Greek letter now that I think about it. Alpha, cast copy of the first spell. First spell, we're going to make the healing bolt. Actually, let's get rid of these heals. Make it the healing bolt in the first spot. Alpha there. Okay, now we're tellying and shooting heals at the same time. And then we can actually put the boomerang onto that. And they should, my telly should work normal while my heals will actually chase after me. Pretty nice. I don't know. Good morning to you, Waspville. Good morning, good morning. Let's test out our heals. Let's pretend like the lava is the acid. If I'm telling around in it, how... Ooh, it does hurt. It does hurt. Can you explain how the heal bolts are not affected by the Nala? Sure. You got to remember that this is a luminous timer, right? This is a luminous timer. So that means that like you put another spell inside of it. So this return is packaged inside this luminous timer. So any modifiers that I attach in this area are inside the luminous timer. Nothing else in the group gets it. So for example, this Nala attaches to this timer goes inside this Lumi. Now if I was to place a double here, well then it would apply to something like the heal bolts. So when I shoot the heal bolt, this Nala is going to hit the double and it's going to apply to both of these things. So I shoot it, the heal dies immediately. But instead, I don't put a double there. I leave this heal bolt on the outside, meaning that it's actually cast because of this triple. So this triple hits this luminous timer and this heal bolt. This Nala is not part of the same family. It's a nested group. It's a group within a group. This is how you can keep modifiers separated. So for example, if I put the boomerang here, what will happen is I actually do not get a boomerang effect on this heal. So when I shoot it, you see the heals, they just go flying off. Just go shooting off because only this gets the boomerang. But if I move it to the outside of the group, which can go here or here, that does the same thing. There's no difference. Now, this and this get the boomerang effect and not the return. So when I shoot it, the heal comes back. Hopefully that helps a little bit. It is shift in time? Okay, it's shift in time, chat's saying.
Do it.
Alright. So that one was fungus blood. Oil, swamp, and peat. Shifted into fungus blood. Which is fine, because I already had my own custom fire. I gotta make sure I don't break that. The next shift is the one. 5 minutes from now, it's about to get spicy. In 5 minutes. Gold appearing down there, did you notice? Gold? No, that's mysterious fungus. It looks kind of like gold though, doesn't it? Mysterious fungus is I'm trying to think why it would have actually been made here. It should have been toxic sludge. Oh, sand. Yeah, it was toxic sludge, sand, and fungus blood. And normally those things aren't that common, but you got to remember our water got turned into sand. If you remember right. See this? This sand right here is now actually all over the place, which means that mystery fungus is a bit easier to have it accidentally make. In fact, let me scoop it up so I can show you how it works. And if you get that mystery fungus, whoop, treat the mystery fungus exactly like you would just the regular purple kind of fungus, the regular fungus. You drop it from high up. And when you drop it from high up, as it drops down, it will create a mountain of it because it interacts with the air. And then you have a whole mountain of mystery fungus. Timer is at 147 seconds. Yes. Coming up on this. I don't know how spicy this shift is going to be. It could be a little disappointing. It could be way more deadly than I'm planning. I'm unsure. I'm trying to think about our boss killers. We need to kill at least 5 bosses. Or not at least. We need to kill exactly 5 bosses while we have this going. That'll be one boss. This will be another boss. We can go to Parallel World. Oh, I'm going to get another Greek letter. That's what I need to do. Bro did not prepare properly. Which bosses are you killing? Alchemist, Pyramid boss, maybe Parallel World Dragon boss, Kolmi, and then... I think we can just fly over to the Master of Masters and he may just drown in acid and die. So, probably that one? Check hell for another Greek? Yeah, that could give us something to do real quick. If you go to hell, that's plus 2 bosses. What? I haven't used any, I didn't use any holy mountains to get here. Alright, give me an easy Greek letter to work with. Tau? Timer's up. Oh boy. Oh boy. Real quickly, let me just grab this Greek letter real fast. There we go. Gamma cast copy the last spell on your wand. We'll make sure that I guess we'll put that there, this here, this here. Alright, we're all good. Chat's ready to go. They're ready for some action. So we make some mystery fungus. Is acid even a threat anymore? Oh, it is big time. It is big time. So I have to hold this form of fire on this shift. So over 180 seconds worth, we grab, oops, this specific form of fire. My mouse wheel's being a little scuffed. It should turn into acid. Okay. Now, right now, the interaction is not taking place because the flammable gas is not burning. The moment a speck of fire or something that causes it to burn hits this flammable gas, I think the chain reaction begins. So let's test that real fast. Not doing too bad, actually. It's not, I thought it would spiral a bit more. I wonder what's causing it to not spiral. It's like it's not consistently catching. I figured well, I don't want to get myself killed now. Wait, it's not even catching. Oh wait, now it is catching. I wonder what, I figured the other one would make it catch, but it really didn't. Okay, so it specifically needs to be something that really makes it burn. But once it does, have a good amount. Let me see how this does. Let's see if I move through it. How bad is it? It hurts. Okay, okay. Holy shit, what the? Wait, what if I'm over here? Is this deadly? Oh, that does hurt too. That definitely hurts. Okay. Oh my god. But it seems to stay in its lane, so that's a good thing. Ooh, it pumps damage too. Woo! Interesting. Huh. It's weird. I feel like it does a better job vertically expanding than the other one, than the flammable gas to acid. Maybe that's just because we're in hell, though. Let's go to another area, see if it starts to go left to right, like, really quickly. So anything with flammable gas in it that catches fire is trouble. Almost melted my face off. We don't want to use this. Actually, wait. Yeah, we can't use the Holy Mountain. We're not supposed to use it, at least. Oh, shit. The lava... The lava is also creating acid because it's trying to make some fire, which is then making flammable gas. So then you have basically all this gas up here with, if a single spark ignites it, it's going to be like fucking chaos. Oh, shit. Let's not risk that. Let's not ignite that. You show us what you mean? Oh, I'm sure you'll see it in a bit. Oh, one of the bosses. Oh, wait, we kind of have a... We have digging. Kind of counts, right? That not kind of counts. It does a decent job on him. Where's the dude's home? Nope. Hey, what's up? I think we can get rid of the acid. And I'll grab a backup heal right there, just in case of emergency. Tovari. We'll leave him for now. That is a boss that I can kill, though. Yo. Yeah, we almost got on that one. Okay.
I bet you he's gonna turn up dead.
The thing that's surprising me is that the flammable gas doesn't ignite too easily. Like I figured half the time with these explosions, they would just be catching, you know, but it's not. It seems to be staying reasonably calm. If you're curious, this is the lake because of the fungal shifts that we did. Our lake turned into a sand lake. It's just all sand. Yeah, you've entered the sand. Our damage for killing the Alchemist right now. What is our damage for killing the Alchemist right now? We could do... I don't know, man. I guess we could put like an oil material on there and an egg, and I guess that'll be good enough. Yeah. Should give me one moment, chat. I just remembered that I gotta check to make sure Teddy is got his food and water. I brought him into the warm area before stream. It's not that cold tonight. It's right around freezing. But then I started thinking, wait, does he got enough water and stuff? So let me go check on him real quick. Let me go make sure he's doing good. I'll be right back.
When Dunk gets back, let's collectively pretend he's muted.
All right, yeah, he's doing good. He's doing good. He had been moving his water outside whenever he goes outside, and then back inside, and then his water froze at one point, so then I couldn't remember if I had refilled it. Whereas Teddy, he's doing great. He's in the heated area now, so he's happy. I'm not muted, chat. I have a thing that shows the audio. You're trolling, chat. I can see it says... You even... Conga, when Dunk gets back, let's collectively pretend he's muted. I see that. I see that. Anytime you guys say muted, what I do is I look to the mic and it has a little audio thing bouncing to show whenever it's picking up audio. And then it won't be picking up any sometimes. I'm like, oh shit, they're right. But on these times I look over, I see it, I'm like, those trolling little bastards. Trolling liars. Okay. Let's do this. Egg here. Alright, it's a bit of explosion damage. Not the best explosion damage ever, but it should be good enough. Alright, we're supposed to kill 5 bosses. So this is going to be boss number 1.
The chair had more hair than the streamer. Bring it back.
What? Was that even... What? Okay. What is going on right now? Oh! Oh! Okay, that guy's a little more deadly than I was thinking he would be. Please! Just die already! We have a problem! He won't die! He's being a pain in the ass. One of his attacks is very fiery. Okay, we're good. We good. Wow, that was actually a terrible. This is probably one of the worst boss drops you get out. I didn't need them though, but yeah, the fee would have been the only one. Thank God. 9k hours. I was scared of the acid. Do you not see this problem we have right now? It's currently raining acid. It's weird though, because I guess the ground, it's eating away at the ground so quickly, it's not allowing it to really accumulate that fast. One boss down. One down. The dragon? Dragon didn't count because I didn't have the acid going yet. So it has to be after I have the acid shift happening. I have to kill 5 bosses. So far though, the acid has been a little more controllable. I mean, like you can see there are moments that it's rough. But I would say that it's weird. It's like in a balance between very deadly if you don't have teleport, but not so deadly when you do. Like imagine having to walk your way out of this. I guess as long as you have good digging, maybe that's like the real answer. Okay, well there's an orb. Missed a heart. I'm trying to heal up real quick so I can grab that damn heart in there. Got it. Imagine you found a telebolt in fungal caverns. Do you think you'd get this far? That's a great question. I don't know. It's weird. It's like there's a balance to this where you can power up, and luckily it makes it not the worst thing ever. But if you power up to, you know, there's got like, if you just have a telebolt but no heals, no digging, I don't think that's enough to get by. If you have infinite digging and telebolts, I think you survive. If you have telebolts and healing, no digging, I think you can still get by. Oh my god, okay. It does get pretty crazy. Get the orb, you coward. Can we just pretend I grabbed the orb in there? How many mountains? We visited 5 mountains, so we still have 3 more bosses to kill. Kolmi's gonna be one of them. Go fetch it. I'm not going to... I can't even get in there anymore. Like, I'm trying to create a gap, but it just gets overrun immediately.
Dude.
This is not the spreading acid the doubters were promised. What are you talking about? It's a mountain of acid right here. Oh, shit. There is a freeze on the black hole. It's just the acid eats away the freezing too quickly to really get much done, you know? No balls. Yeah, it doesn't spread to the left or right super well. Luckily, it stays in its lane. So that's like the best part about it. That's the main reason that it's probably not a complete nightmare. admit you're scared and we'll let you off the hook. I'm not afraid of anything. I fear nothing. Bridge boss, I think, was one of the other ones I selected. I actually thought he would copy those plasmas. Apparently he doesn't. Apparently he just copies the triplicate bolts. We'll get him. Oh no, there he goes. He did copy it. Huh. I guess he just copies the last one that hit him, and it more often or more likely was going to be the triplicate. Is there something happening up there? Oh. A little bit. A little bit. It's more tame in the open air environment. If the gas has a place to settle, then it's horror. Here, for example, it will go wild. I think there's enough of a gap that it doesn't let it... It's like it needs to pool for a moment. It's funny because it really does... You know, in some cases, spiral so quickly, but in other cases like this, it's like, it's not. It's a light acid rain. A nice, comfy acid rain. Yeah, if I go to the Kiwi and spread acid, that's a problem because he can kill me. Like, the acid will shred him, which will then shred me, and because I don't have ambrosia. Grab the orb. I guess. I think it's going to make Kolmi acid immune at some point. I can't remember the amount, but we'll just take it, I guess. When you're in the clouds, it's not really bothering me too much. The acid is kind of... Okay, okay. Whoa. Oh, I guess the ice that was there kind of caused it to freak out. Enjoying my acid rain. Nice and cozy. And acidy. Let me think. So, yeah, I'll go for Mecha Kolmi. I think the Mecha Kolmi one sounds pretty fun. That means that it'll be boss number 4. That would only leave, 1, 2, 3... That'd only leave Kolmi as our 5th boss kill. Oh, shit, that was acid? I thought it was the gas. Is that acid? Can't tell. Huh. It's gas. Tiny. Would you guys prefer a tiny kill or a Mecha Kolmi kill? Meat Realm, Mecha. Alright. Not Tiny, he killed my last streak. Tiny, he would never kill anything. He's harmless. Ooh. Okay, so there's a bit of danger in this area. I gotta keep that in mind. Don't mess around in here. There's some danger. I think I'm too high right now. I gotta get lower. Too high up? Oh my... crap. I was way off. Okay, hold on. We have to now backtrack. And there's a lot of acid on the loose, and my health bar is depleting very... Why is my health bar... God damn it. Oh my god. This could be a problem. Oh my god, this could actually be a problem. I have my heal as an emergency. Please die? That's messed up. I'm gonna live just to spite you now. Come on, heal, 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 heal. We think the boomerang makes that heal a little bit quicker than it does. We need deadly heal, then that would be perfect for us. Oh, son of a bitch. How are we gonna get to him? Alright, we're near him. Where is he? Oh! The fuck was that? Oh. I didn't notice the laser. Did saving grace save me? I think it did. Hold on, I gotta remember, is drilling, why is it drilling seem like it is one of the ones that does good on him? Am I crazy? Am I crazy, chat? No it is, it's 100% drill damage. I should have got that crit. I don't know why I didn't grab that earlier. We are not equipped for this! Okay, okay, don't, please, do not insta me. Fucking healers, man. The healers are all over him. Oh, shit. Alright, we got him. We got him. Oh, I clicked off screen. I'm scared. Hold on. He's dead. Alright, we're fine. We're fine. Not, wasn't even close. Easy. Easy. It's only pretending to be afraid. Pretending! Grab spatial awareness. It's handy. A perk for somebody who's new to the game. Shut your mouth. You're just jealous because I didn't die there. Everything's fine. Everything is fine. Listen, I wanted to melt off the top layer of skin. I was exfoliating. Come on. Lava is the best exfoliator. Now our skin is non-existent and smooth. There we go. Still haven't used any of those mountains, so I don't have to worry about killing any extra bosses. This is boss number 5. And it looks like the acid is already starting to find a way through. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to let the acid do the killing of the boss. Let's see if we... It may take a moment. It may take some elite gamer skills. Kolmi in general does not do well with acid, though, is the idea, in case you're curious. So I'm trying to see if we can get him... Oh yeah, the acid just poured all over his head. What the hell was that shit? Well, his death kind of bugged out a little bit. Haven't seen that one in a little while. That is a bug. It's like the death animation of Kolmi gets all fucked up. And so it leads to this, like... weird animation of explosions. Yeah, fart cloud. Yes, Kolmi became the fart cloud. Wonder how spicy this can get. Give me a moment to check over here. So I remember there was a good amount of that stuff over here. Yeah, see, that's all there. The thing is, it doesn't catch fire that easily. Like, see that? How it kind of just... Yeah, see, there we go. That little grouping did catch fire now. Which then leads to this one catching fire. There's one of the hidden messages. If you translate it, it's a really long message. It translates to DunkOrSlam is cute. That's a fact. You don't need to look it up. I looked it up for you. Actually, honestly, I don't even remember what the original message on this wall is. This one is wild. Yeah, the message is like the rantings of a crazy person, if I remember correctly. No, not is bald, is cute. Get your facts straight. Don't go spreading misinformation. Surely, my cute streamer. Ah, appreciate you. Clearly, one of the devs in the chat right now. They agree. Oh, look at him run off. He's like, I'm sorry. I shouldn't have done that. Well, this is an interesting one. If I was to do this run again, I actually, even after seeing it with my own eyes, my first time ever really experiencing this shift hands-on, I still don't know how I would balance the run. Because there are moments where this feels kind of like a joke, real easy. Like right now, we're like, psh, this ain't nothing. This is nothing. But then there's also moments of like, oh my god, this is death. So I'm not sure how you would get that sweet balance of that. Probably instead of teleport, it should have been freeze. Freeze actually makes things kind of worse. Okay, hold. Oh. See, you see how quickly things can go bad? But watch whenever I shoot the freeze through the center of them all. Like, it's... Okay, for a moment, this one's actually staying there for a second. The last ones were dissolving and I felt like so quickly. Yeah, this one's actually hanging around for a moment. Flammable, now flammable gas to acid, yeah, I don't think this one has things about it that make it deadlier than flammable gas to acid, but in general, I think flammable gas to acid is still a worse shift to have to deal with. Like, it's still a more dangerous one. And it's a natural one, which makes it where you can just stumble across it. This one, you have to kind of intentionally seek it out. You want to do random starts? We do have enough time that we could do a random start run. Jump in the portal! There we go.
Do it.
Do it? Hold up. Let me just... gotta check on things out here. Alright. 5 bosses. We killed the Alchemist, the Pyramid boss, the Bridge boss, Mecha Kolmi, and Kolmi himself. As we lock in the dub, and that will make all that acid that was going crazy now turn into gold. Read Loaf. What's up, Loaf? Try gas blood plus gas fire. Oh, shit. Wait, hold up now. Dang. Wait, that one might be actually crazy. Because then it just means there's acid everywhere you're flying. It would just be acid everywhere. That one is kind of genius. Damn it, I should have tried that one, Loaf. That's genius. Well, actually, that may actually have been so deadly it would kill the run. Like, I may have actually died from that one. Just don't get hit? Well, the gas blood, yes, that's true. But gas fire, if you fly near any gases, it's going to start the chain of acid pouring down. Well, there it is, chat. Pretty chill daily run. I mean, I was excited to check out a new shift, though, that I hadn't tried. Shout out to Vex for kind of finding that nice interaction there, that spicy one. Again, I don't know if we'll do something more with that one in the future. Probably just, you know, keep looking for more crazy shifts. You'll never know what people will discover. Next time you need to have a fire trail and some form of acid on the damage wand. That's, I mean, if you saw if I had to use cluster bolt or something like that, I mean, you could see that there was a lot of acid every time I would shoot. That could have been bad news. But let's wrap it up. GG on the daily run. Ooh, as I get sucked into death. There's no door cosmetic, chat. Stop baiting. That doesn't exist. Stop making shit up. There it is, chat. Win number 2,655. Woo! 2,655. It's real. It is not real. Stop baiting poor innocent new community members. All right, so we do have enough time that we can try to mark off another random start from our list. I'll explain for anybody that hasn't been part of our Noita journey yet and hasn't learned what that challenge is. But first, let me lock in the win.
I won!
There we go. The door cosmetic is not real. I've been cheated. You have, kid. You fell for it. You've been baited. What about Yolk Mega TI? I'm scared to even try to dip my toe back into that because I'm going to get hooked and be like, I have to do this. I was hooked last time. I couldn't stop. Okay, here's how it works. For the random start location, pay attention. Otherwise, you may get confused. So I'm going to turn on the mod and I'm going to give you an example. This is not the run. This is an example of what a run could look like. Random spawn. Start. So we will hit new game and it will find a random place in the world and it will place us in that spot. So in this case, this says collapsed mines. Oh no, the first zone. How will I ever survive it? This is not the actual run. That was an example of the run. So if you want to see what zones are actually allowed to spawn, they are that we can spawn into. They're the ones in green. If it's in red, it means it's a biome that I've already gotten a win from since we've started this challenge. My goal is to get a win from every biome in all of Noita. And I mean, some of them are basic, right? They're just like the early zones or whatever. But some of them are so insanely messed up that I don't even know if it's possible. And I'd say our most difficult win that we've gotten so far probably is the meat realm. Yes, we did start in the meat realm and we went full Giga Chad and locked in the dub with the starting loots, mind you. Basic starting wands, basic flask, just like I'm showing here. You see how you get a basic, it's nothing special. It's the same as always. It just places you in a random spot in the world. All right, everybody, are you in the bets? Did everybody type? Oh, I get 2 attempts. I get 2 lives. By the way, I should have pointed out that little detail, my bad. 2 lives. The reason we do that is because some of the zones are so ridiculously impossible that I need a second life to try to do it. So I get 2 attempts. All right. What do we got here? All right, so these are, by the way, the bets are about to be closing. The bets are about to be, last chance, type exclamation mark yes if you think I'm gonna win, type exclamation mark no if you think that I will die 2 times and not get a dub. And I will show the list one more time if you need to, like this list right here. All the green ones are the viable spawn locations. All the green ones. So there are some really good ones. There are some really, really, really bad ones. To put it in perspective, the good ones are nowhere near as good as the bad ones are bad. Does that make sense? So like if I spawned in a good location and somebody said, what's your probability of winning? I'd be like, you know, 99% because I'm a Giga Chad, you know what I mean? Flawless Noita player, 99%. Then if I spawn in a bad location, you say, what's your probability of winning? I would say 0.000000001%. So you see, it just doesn't quite balance out. The bad ones are really, really bad. Now, congratulations on the golden yes sign, by the way, Tiger Man. Congrats on the 7 yeses in a row. You're a genius. That's why you have a golden yes sign from this day forward. Tiger Man with a 7 streak. Chastronaut with a 7 streak. Lars with a 7 streak. Bob with a 7 streak. Bossa Kungan, Landgren, Nip Duck, Chuckle Crusader, Curnia, Roel, and 2 games, 1 up. Congratulations to all you guys getting your 7 streaks. That was a ton of 7 streaks, actually. It's about the journey and not about the destination. Just ask. Oh, wait, what? There were so many people that thought I was going to lose today. Krax, Hod, Talithmar, Domer. To be fair to these guys, I usually like to talk a lot of shit because they deserve it, but today's was a little bit of a wild card one. I didn't know which direction it was going to go in. It's like, is this going to be just super messed up? If we found a telebolt in the first zone, are we just like dead? Or, yeah, so this could, you know, we end up getting a little bit lucky. I won't lie on that one. We got a bit lucky. All right, let's go, chat. Make sure everything is applied correctly. My last win, I'm trying to remember where my last win was from, just to make sure that it is marked off on here. I'm pretty sure it is. Chat, does anybody remember where my last dub was from? The question. Was it that one? I think it was just the mines. I think Inex is right. Yeah, Garlic says that too. Mines. Lude says it as well. Okay, so it probably was just the mines. Mine? All right, let us begin. Losing needs a little more thrill, like punished by cave diving into the devil's butt cave. What the fuck? I'm not even. Don't even explain what you mean. I'm not ready to know what that means. I'm fucking scared. Bets are closing. You guys are getting too wild right now. Start a new game. Here it is. Attempt number 1. Okay, the lab. The lab is not too bad. Not too bad. That's the area that Kolmi spawns, but it spawned us a little bit in the corner. So what that means is we do need to kind of scurry over to our sweet spot. Let me see if there happens to be any available wands. Because we really do need a wand. Oh shit, oh shit. Luckily we got like a swapper on us. He's not like that bad of an enemy to have up on you. Damn it, where are the wands? You know what really sucks? If I remember this correctly, I think the lab, it was either the lab or the temple, was one that I already almost marked off of my list. And what happened was, I messed up the acid flask throw. It was unfortunate. Oh, come on. There you go. Damn fire. Through that fire. Ooh, there's a wand. How do I get to it, though? Did that wand just vanish? No, it's still there. Give me a moment. Gonna take a moment. Shit. Okay, we don't have a moment. Oh! He actually hit me on that. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh yes. Ooh, that hurt. That hurt. He hit me with the fucking heart mage. No enemies, please. No enemies. We chill. Oh! I should have just left. I wanted the wand. The problem is I don't have a way to kill the boss. I need a way to kill the boss. Okay, it's fine. It's fine. That was only... We got another attempt. I have another attempt. There's 2 attempts. Remember I said 2 lives.
Well, gentlemen, it seems we have a dumbass among us, but we can't just watch him die, can we?
This may be one of the worst spawns we could get in the game.
I really wish you guys could
Oh
see
god.
this guy right now. He is drunk.
Giga scammed? Hold on, it's not over. Why are you guys already acting like it's over? There's always a chance. Okay, this chance is going downhill very quick. No. Go away. Oh! This is bad. This is really bad. This is super bad. This is ultra bad.
And boom, catches her death.
Shit!
Give me another chance, chat. Give me another chance. I locked in the last bet. Hold on. I gotta change my title. I never even updated my title to let people know what we were doing. All right, we're gonna go back into this quickly. We waited a long time just to get our ass beat, so. Oh, shit. Oh, no. Oh, no. Axeman with the 20 prediction streak. "20 predictions in a row, Axeman. I am so sorry." He said, "I just lost a 20 streak, Sag." Oh, fuck, man. I mean, come on. Those spawns were pretty messed up, though, right? I didn't fail you, Axeman. Noita's RNG failed you, I think is what happened. We got scammed. Axeman with a 20 streak down the drain, along with 6 streaks going down the drain for Durnunu, Hat Mike, 250, and Callum. Damn. Damn, there were so many believers on that one. There actually were quite a few people. Was Temple messed up? It was the lab, and that one's kind of tricky. The lab is definitely doable. That one's like in the middle ground, because if you just find one wand, you're probably good to go kill the boss. You could even get a perk that maybe just allows you to kill the boss. This one here was messed up, though. In case anybody doesn't know where we were, because I know, you have to play a lot of Noita to just in an instant recognize where we're at. But we had the starting loots, and we were here. This is where we just spawned in that last death. So getting out of here was going to be really, really, really bad. But not impossible. Technically, there is a way. It involves using the unstable polymorphine here, and also maybe being an insane person at the same time. But then the one before, though, we spawned here. This one had hope. What I was trying to do is get some easy wand, and then just kind of, because I got to about right around this area, and then I could have just scurried down here to the portal. But I just greeted too much. Maybe if I just went for the portal, and then maybe the last mountain would have had a telekinetic kick or something, we could have gotten rid of the lab. But oh well. All right, let's close the bets and let's go. Tito's tired of the app and they're ready for action. How do you even escape that? Farm gold and go downwards for spells? No, the spells won't be any good. It'll be the unstable polymorphine will allow you to get something like the flask thrower guy, so you can collect blood, flasks, materials like that. Blood, when thrown into the lava, actually makes a permanent solid wall that lava doesn't eat away at. Permanent in the sense of like the lava doesn't deteriorate it, but you can still dig it. So you could actually kind of create a blood tunnel to freedom. Again, I'm not saying it's going to be easy, but I think it may be possible. Like I said, like a 1 in 10,000, maybe 1 in 1,000. It seems near impossible, but I think it would be inaccurate to say it is literally impossible. I think that would be inaccurate, but we'll see. All right, no more bets. Here it is, 2 attempts again. Oh, this is not the run. This is not the run. This one doesn't count.
The seed for that temple spawn
I clicked the wrong one.
Mountain would indeed have had tele kick.
God damn it! I wish this one counted.
Believers. Also, just kidding. It did have saving grace, bouncing spells, and projectile slower.
What? What the fuck? Hold on. No. No. Oh my gosh. Am I already dead? All right, let me think for a moment. So this dragon will insta-kill me if he touches me. He's currently pretty much on top of me. I'm just going to try to go directly left in a second and see if maybe we luck out. And we're probably just instantly dead. I don't think there's anything we can do about it. Oh. Oh, come on, fucking dragon. Jesus, I almost had that shit. I just barely missed the dodge.
Do it.
I was going to place a bomb there. Okay, that was only 1 attempt. That was only 1. Actually, it says the lab, but this one is not a lab spawn. It is a frozen vault spawn. What happened is, that can happen. We just count it wherever it lands. So that one's kind of a weird one. Essentially, what we think is happening on those spawns... Damn, I gotta open the map again. Is it tried to spawn us in the lab, which is like... See here it says the lab. But then it tried to spawn us into like the wall of the lab, and it can't spawn you into the wall. So then it just found a new location, and it spawned me in the frozen vault. So this is a frozen vault run. Haven't we done the vaults? I don't think so. Maybe back before we started doing the every biome list. Frozen vault is what this one's called. Yeah, see there it is, frozen vault. Alright, I don't know where I am in this, but here's to hoping that we're in a decent spot. We have chaotic poly, that's huge. It at least gives us an emergency out if things get really dicey. Oh shit. Ow. It sent me down. That's always nice. No! I feel like it's taking me down most of the time. Like lower. Okay, we're on the far left wall. We're to the left of those where we just were. Oh. Dude, go up. Take me up. No! Go up. No, no, no. Oh, there's a wand. I don't think I can check it. There's like no way. Yeah, there's no way. I gotta take this serious. I can't risk a chance on that. Oh, that's a bad guy. Can we get this ice down? No! Ah! Don't throw your attacks near the explosive, please. There's a invis robo dude. I have to just go. Nope, 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 nope. Damn. Come on, man. Get me out of here. Second time's a charm. Is this safe? Okay, I'm gonna try kind of a weird move. Please don't, for some reason, break that. I will have to murder. Oh my god! What the hell's going on over there? Chill! How's it going, boys? Part of the team? Part of the team. Just doing my daily checks. See how everybody's doing. Don't mind me. Yep. Just one of the crew members. Just walking along here. Oh no. Oh no. Yep. Just chilling. This is gonna be a bad one. This one's gonna go right in the center of them, I think. Don't get stuck. Don't get stuck. No! I got stuck! Fuck off, bridge! No! Okay, hold on. I can do this. Okay, that's kind of scary. that fucking bridge. I should have just shot the bridge. Oh, he's considered enemies? Fuck off!
It was not luck, but skill.
That's why he's the GOAT! The GOAT!
Yeah. All right. All right. Now we just got to get a win. Now we just need the dub. Oh, shit. Chill. Oh, I gotta move my screen. Oh!
I bet it was a brain surgery to get rid of all the things seen in this channel.
Shut your mouth. He died to his own explosive. What a nice guy. I'd laugh if he died to the mines now. Yeah, so I'm staring at the ground. I really don't see that red too well, so I'm like nervous that he had some leftovers. I hope you never win a run again. Hate from South Africa. Why'd you give a thumbs up? Hate from South Africa. Hey. Get the music notes. We can't. We don't have. Oh, actually, we could, couldn't we? I wasn't even thinking about the unstable telly into the note room. Good thinking. Wasn't even on my mind. Gave a technical explanation about the mod checking if you're stuck with randomly spawning. Oh, let's see. The mod has a lot of fail-safes to prevent you from spawning inside of liquids or unloaded chunks. It waits a certain amount of time for chunks to load to make sure you're not in a wall or liquid, and if you are in an invalid position, it picks a new location. Okay, that makes sense. That's weird that, like, the lab, though, should have a couple of them that are good, but I guess it just tried to spawn me into the wall first. If you guys don't know, Evasia is the person who made the very mod that we're using, the random start location mod. In fact, Evasia even did the update so that we could do this challenge that we're doing where we can slowly mark off all the ones on the list. Now, if Evasia wanted to put out a small update, my recommendation would be that ruling is perfectly fine, except if there was a way for it to ignore it, if it was the gold biome or the water biome. Apply those rules except for on those two biomes. That would be perfect. Because the problem is we currently, right now, can't spawn in those until we like eliminate everything else. I'd rather not save them to the very end if we could. Fix the dragon? Oh yeah, and there's also the dragon. That one's kind of funny though. That one feels like rough and fucked up, but I can overcome that one, the dragon spawn, so I don't mind that one still staying. Got our wiggling egg. Oh, the acid spitters. I just thought about that. I was stupid. Why didn't I could have flown in a different way. Oh my gosh, yeah. I should have levitated over the top of them, which I definitely could have if I was paying attention. I was too busy yapping. But we still have a moment. There we go. Stepped away for a second. Why are there a million eyeball acid dudes after Dunko? They always spawn there. At that tree over there. They're always waiting for you. Not on the ground, though. They're normally up in the air, but because of how I approached in an awkward way, it made them, like, spawn and drop down. Slime potion. Oh, that's actually kind of a nice one to find this early. How are we gonna do this? We could dig a cup right here. And then, can I place the egg down, or is it always going to crack? Nope. Good, good, good. And then we gather the slime here. And then our unstable telly, we can scoop this up. 69% teleportadium, the exact number I was going for. Perfectly calculated. Then we're going to place the chaotic poly up in this corner. Let's just let it hang out over here in case I need it. Nice. Thank you, chat. Thank you. I worked hard on that. Then we empty out the rest of the slime. And now we bring the eye back out. And we're going to scoop up this water. And now we're looking in great shape. And then we can grab the egg back up. The egg, we only need that if we want to go for the hidden heart. Or not hidden, the dark room heart. We haven't even used a single bomb. Not one. We still wouldn't even need to use it if I don't want to. But it's whatever. I'll grab this. If you fill teleportadium potion with more slime, does it become more teleportadium? No, it'll be it will be just extra slime just sitting in the flask, just idling there. So I don't want to go super overkill and grab like a ridiculous amount of resources, but at the same time I don't want to underestimate my strength and get myself killed early on a run that would be very nice to check off my list, which is the Frozen Vault, and to win the bet.
DunkOrSlam, is there a video game NPC you would most want to have as a best friend IRL?
I feel like you asked me this before, Tito. I didn't have an answer. I don't know. I'd have to choose an NPC. None of them really stand out. I think that was the egg I placed down. Something may have broke the egg. Whoops. No, worm. Stop being annoying. I need to murder you. Drink this worm blood. Where'd he go? Ah, shit. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Give me 1 second, I'll see what Lux was saying. It's just, gotta get rid of this guy. Stupid worm. Get over here, worm. Fight me, you coward. It is a disaster, honestly. I brought this on myself. Well, you gotta be careful with those worm eggs. He has to be almost dead. He's got to be on the cusp of death. What? He teleported away? Fucking worm. Oh. Guys, we're gonna let him live. We've decided we came to a peace agreement, and he is now part of my team. Wait, I have the egg right here. That was just a random stray worm. What in the hell? I thought I placed it down somewhere. Alright, let's see. What is this? Well, Circle of Stillness is kind of a nice one for us because that worm dug all over the place. So it isn't that far-fetched. It isn't that crazy of an idea to think that the worm could have possibly kept digging and pissed off the gods. So then this freeze will help us deal with that in case he did. So I'm not going to risk it. Low health, remember the rule? You see low health, get out of there. That's why I'm trying to tell people all the time. Because look at this. Because we played it cautiously, we get a chainsaw, double spell, black hole. Oh, man. We are looking great. And even a reroll to put in our pocket. And it gave us Wand Experimenter. So we grab Wand Experimenter, we drop the Circle of Stillness directly on the ground. Do not put it in another spot, because now when we cast this, heals ourselves almost up completely to full. Almost. The issue I have right now is that we don't have a wand to put the white hole on to dig us out of the mountain. So there's a couple different things we could do. We could throw out a worm and hope he digs us an exit. Why that heal? Because I grabbed the perk Wand Experimenter. And Wand Experimenter says if you've never modified your wand, it will actually heal you for a little bit. Well, the wand I found was like this, and I hadn't fired it at all. I hadn't shot it yet. So what I did is I picked up the spell that was on it, and I placed it on the ground. The game doesn't view. So if I grab a spell like from here, this is not editing. If I place it into another square, this is editing. It has to go from one square. I guess like the scenario has to completely play out of picking up in one square and resulting that it lands in a square. Does that make sense? So even if you were to do this, picking it up, it picked it up from a square, and I placed it in a square. Even though it's the same spot, I believe that considers it an edit. But if you pick it up from one of the squares and you drop it on the ground, it doesn't have that final criteria that needs to be met. It never landed in a square. So because of that, it's not viewed as an edit, which means that Wand Experimenter will still work. I'll show you that as an example in a couple more wands in a second, but let's get moving forward. So you're cheating? No, that is not cheating. Part of the game. It's been in the game for a long time. Honestly, I don't know if the devs know about it. I mean, I've been using it. Most people in the community have been using it for like 4 years now, and the devs have done patches and acknowledged many of the exploits that we do use. So I'm assuming maybe they let that one just hang around. They like that one. Who knows? Let's just do the teleportadium out.
Someone in chat asked, doesn't the worm-eating terrain heal the worm? Is that true?
No.
Also, don't you dare scold me over my lack of playing Noita. I got my one win, and that's good enough. But
Get
you're
more,
probably
damn it.
right. I should clock some hours in and be more ambitious.
Like, if there was some mechanic of the worm eating material and it giving it, healing it, I never knew of that the entire time. I've never, never noticed anything like that. But I don't know. I'm not saying that it's impossible. There could be some hidden mechanic I've just never noticed. But I am unaware of that. What would you consider cheating in Noita? Anything that's outside, like having to toy with the files, starts to get pretty sketchy. You know, where you're having to mess around with files or like save scumming, that kind of stuff is a little cheaty. You know, but everybody, as long as you're having fun, it's a single player game, so it's not like a big deal. It's not like you're scamming other people. Multiplayer games is where you really get strict on that stuff, because usually one person winning means another person needs to lose. So they should be playing in the same rules. But for Noita, I mean, different people are at different learning moments in the game, and some people learn quicker by doing a little bit of save scumming so that they can see what a god run is like. And then from there, when they apply it to a regular run when they're not using mods or anything like that, they're able to have quicker success because they skip a little bit of the learning phase. Because roguelikes in general aren't exactly known to be a genre that always respects your time really well, you know? If you put 10 hours into a game like Noita or many roguelikes, it doesn't mean you always get 10 hours of knowledge out of it. Sometimes you play for several hours just to get a moment, like 30 seconds of information, because it leads up to this moment that maybe you didn't know this piece of information, and then you lose the previous like several hours of run. Where if somebody just told you, hey, just so you know, this thing works this way, literally takes maybe 10 seconds to tell a person that, you save their previous 3 hours of gameplay. So that's why some people get a little bit frustrated with the genre, and it leads to people modding and all that. So it's understandable. It's not like it's that ridiculous to be like, what? How dare you? You should have just, you know, play another 10 hours. But for me, I know life Noita, right? Like I'm a just greasy nerd playing the Noita life, so That's why around here we're like, fuck saves coming and modding and all that stuff. It's because it's pretty much just how it applies to me. Not necessarily everybody else. Everybody else, a lot of other people have jobs and in school or just what other life obligations. They don't have 5 billion hours to spend on Noita, so I get it. But for me personally, yeah, anytime I'm toying with the save files, it starts to feel a little bit scummy. And then anything that's a mod that changes the base game, I mean, that's cheating, but sometimes it's, you know, that's hard to categorize like that. If it's something to change the base game for the intention of making it easier, I guess that would be what I call cheating, because there are many mods out there that are content mods that make the game more depth to it, right? There's more to do. I mean, that's not cheating, that's literally just more content. So a mod meant to make the game easier would be, I guess, my category for cheating. So you're cheating? Explain. Explain. Because I just started this run in the Frozen Vault. Let me see you start in the Frozen Vault and see if you get out of there. I don't think so. I think you're getting choke slammed 2 seconds into that Frozen Vault. Alright, so I want to get back into the mountain, but I don't want to collapse it. So what I'm going to do... I actually didn't check if there's any lava there, but what's the odds? What are the odds? Okay, good. So we teleport back up, then we jump into the portal. Now we're back in our mountain where we can edit. So we're going to pretend for a moment like this wand here. Let's pretend like this wand here had something super dangerous on it, which is this, it's an egg, but let's pretend it was something super explosive. So I want the heal from it. I'm like, damn, I need this heal, but I don't want to hurt myself when I cast it. So what I would do, pick it up, drop it on the ground. Now I can cast it. And it heals me up, no problem. Black hole can go, or white hole can go there. And what else? I mean, we have Wand Experimenter. We might as well just grab this stuff up. I've watched for a long time, never really engaged with chat, but I feel like I need to speak up now. Aren't you cheating when you do that thing with the chainsaws? Seems pretty blatant. Chainsaw wrapping. That is a feature added by the devs. That's actually a pretty big feature. There actually was a day or a couple days that chainsaw wrapping was actually removed from the game, but it was not intentional, at least according to the people that data mined. So there are people in the community that every time there's an update, they're digging around in the code, letting us know, you know, what changes took place and all that kind of crap. And not just the, you know, obviously there's patch notes, but patch notes usually don't mention a lot of the details. The devs like to, they like to keep a lot of things secret, first off, but there's also things that happen unintentionally. So the devs did a patch, and all of a sudden wrapping just didn't work. Not just chainsaw wrapping, but wrapping of any kind did not function. I need this heart over here. This guy's being annoying. And I remember people dug into the code because we thought it had been removed. It had been patched out of the game. And it was like, no! It was like, why would they fucking do this? And then people who that data mine said, oh no, what happened is, in their code, they had like a typo in one of their lines that led to it basically being bugged out and wrapping couldn't take place. So it's intentional. Because they patched it back again the next day, or that week, they patched it back so it did work again. Go away, blind. You know what? We're just going to blast this dude with the eye. My damage is too garbage. What is that? Is that ambrosia? No, it's whiskey. That's whiskey.
Do you ever wonder if you should stop cheating, chat, with NFTs, with DunkBot 2.0, or with your bald head?
What the hell are you yapping about? What are you yapping about? Oh, could have gotten a heart there. We didn't get shit. Does Paha Silma damage negate the swapper effect? I'm actually a little unsure about the swapper. I'm assuming it would still swap, right? I don't know. Because it does know the player owns it. It doesn't give you... It's not giving you trick kills. But I don't know. I can't remember on that one. I really don't use the eye very much. For killing, especially. Oh my gosh. These blinding mages and tele mages, they're everywhere. The eye really sucks at digging. Yeah, it's not not that great. Unless you're digging at wood or something that's really weak. The eye, if you remember correctly, the eye laser does swap on the swapper. Sounds right. But I would not bet my life on it. Alright. Come on. Dig this crappy material. This wand right here could be everything we need for the entire run, potentially. You gotta remember, the wands in this area, if they spawn on the left side of the second zone, they are always non-shuffles if they spawn on a pedestal, which you can tell from the graphic anyways. Ooh, not exactly what we wanted. I mean, honestly, I'll even give up my Circle of Stillness for it. I probably should have put that up anyways. So this one's safe to fire off. In fact, the first shot will shoot off pollen. We shoot that, get the heal, reset, 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 and we're fully healed. Woo! It's magic. Oh, nar. Oh, nar. Oh, shit. Oh, that is an Onar. Run for your lives. Now I really do need that as freezing. That looks a bit scary. Oh, shit. No, 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 no. Okay, okay, okay. A little bit of suffocation. Ellie Mage. Ambrosia. Oh boy. You know what? I'm gonna let the eye go. Concentrated mana with the chainsaw, with the double spell. I feel like we're pretty much set. We just need a wand that's not trash. But even that is like kind of optional. Oh, hello. That telemage just died. What in the hell? That wand was a bit crazy. Okay, we got us a short telly. So this wand here, let's say that you're wanting to keep some of these spells, but again, you were trying to get the heal. I don't need the heal because we do have a heart right there, but I'm going to show you a creative way. So again, you drag and drop, right? So these spells I do not want, but let's say I do want this one. So I lay that over here, and I can actually pick this up, and the game still doesn't view it as an edit. In fact, we can pretty much just strip away everything on this. And the reason I was pointing that one out specifically is how you can keep some of the spells and all that kind of crap is because you may not want to use this right away. Like we could grab this heal and just leave this in our backpack as this empty wand, and then later if we need like an emergency heal, like I can go around fighting enemies, all that kind of stuff, and then later I'm like, oh shit, I need emergency heal. You go to this wand and you cast it, and then it will start to heal you up, even though it's a really slow wand. Definitely want to be my favorite emergency wand. You get the idea. Okay, I've got a plan, kind of. Heavy spread on the bubble. Then we put down a double with, I don't know, just try Spark Bolt Chainsaw. And then we put down, we need some like, okay, we can just use this modifier, I guess. How does that look? Pretty ugly, that's for sure. I don't know, it's whatever. We don't need to overthink this one. Scattershot Plasma Cutter? Okay, so you're hoping I die. Noted, noted. Chat's wanting to sabotage me. Yeah, our current one's a bit silly. Ooh, chance for a cool spell, maybe? Nope. Pretty lame. Pretty lame spells. Oh, damn. Bunch of snipers. Oh! Somebody's got a hell of a wand over there. That's a player ghost. I mean, we'll pick it up for the loots. Okay, we will put it down. That's the one we saw. Drop. Oh, fuck. I accidentally, the last one just slipped and went back into the same spot, so I believe this one... Oh no, okay. There's certain spots that it will count to, like, zoom back. And I don't know which ones it is that it will actually count it as an edit. Because sometimes I have that happen. I think it's whenever I go like this, and I go to pull it out, but I don't pull it far enough, and I let go like that. I think that does count as a place, versus like... what was the one that I just did, where I had dropped... I dropped what seems to be off screen, but then it'll go back. I forget the sweet spot for it, but you get the idea. Okay. Now we don't even need a... We just need a pretty plain non-shuffle and we go crazy on it. Oh shit. So watch this. If we hit the freeze guy, if we do this right, so we want to hit the freeze guy. He'll shoot out his freeze shot. If it hits the worm, oh wait, the freeze guy's gonna die before then. Damn you, worm! Where'd you go? There he is. But if you get the freeze guy to hit the worm, you can just melee the worm and he'll insta die. What I was gonna do, we decided to be annoying. Drink some of the worm blood. Try to drink some of the worm blood. Oh shit, something hit me down there. Oh, he didn't drop a heart. Consume. Think I should drink more worm blood? If we're gonna drink more worm blood, then at that point we can just like full on speed run it, since we'll be able to see everything. Alright, worm blood gives us that wormy vision. Ooh, any non-shuffle that we could work with? Damn, how are we getting so unlucky with these wands? But oh well. Actually, this one does kind of work. We go double with heavy spread. Actually, no, we don't even need the double. Heavy spread chainsaw. Heavy spread add mono chainsaw. Into a bubble spell. Into something that will just wrap one. So I guess that. This one's kind of cool. We could just do that with this spark bolt though, couldn't we? Do this. Sure, whatever. Just got here. Where did he start? We started in the frozen vault. We just used chaotic poly over and over until we got to freedom. It was kind of scary. We almost died like 7 times, but we made it out of there. And now we're just kind of gonna cruise our way to the end, I think. Hopefully. Whenever you're doing one of these runs where you're moving through it kind of quickly, it's best not to hang around the hiisi base, since, you know, explosives can mess me up pretty good. The jungle's gonna be where I take a small pit stop to kind of check out the loot. So we'll just stop here. And there's a freeze on that one. Pretty lame stuff here. We roll that. Repulsion. Okay, we're just... Right. How much do you think Noita devs planned all this advanced wand crafting, or is it mostly just community theory crafting? The devs were like, that'll work, and just rolled with it? I mean, obviously they planned out that they wanted to make a system of ingredients, and that the community kind of just came up with recipes. And that's the general concept, I think. They were just like, you know, it's like they just tried to create ingredients that were very, you know, different and allowed for lots of creativity. Then from there, the community got to cooking. So every build that you do, if the devs looked at it, they'd be like, yeah, that makes sense. But I think the reality is a lot of them would be like, yeah, I would not have thought of that. And it may vary per dev. The reason I say that pretty confidently is that the devs have streamed Noita before. And I watched, and there were many times that they used spells in ways that were like a little bit odd, that you're just like, oh, okay, it wasn't exactly optimal in terms of like damage or anything like that, but that's what makes Noita fun, is there isn't, you know, sometimes you're just like, fuck it, you just run, you know, whatever works for you, go for it. But like, if, for example, if they had a chainsaw or whatever, usually the chainsaws that I saw them using, like this wand is really janky that I'm running right now, but it's trying to be kind of optimal. It's like placing it in such a way that I get as much cast delay removal and recharge removal as possible. They were more like, more simplistic, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. For example, if you see a spell after a spark trigger, the devs obviously kind of like, they knew players were going to run that. That's not too shocking. It's all like, oh my god, a spark bolt trigger, and then I don't know, a chainsaw after it, or an explosion after it. I never thought of that. But using a chainsaw with an add mana and then spell wrapping it, I don't know. I don't know if they necessarily planned for it to build out the way that they do, like the way that the wands currently work. You just called them simple? No, I'm not trying to say the devs are simple. I think their plans for each spell was simple, and they knew that the community could come up with really in-depth, over-the-top ways to use it if they chose to. I feel like that becomes a little more like logical, or like seems like that's how they were doing things, because of some of the spells that they added later into the game that kind of are like altogether pretty unpopular, and as far as we know, really don't serve much of a purpose. It's because they were just throwing out ingredients, and not every ingredient's gonna be like, oh shit, this is the best thing ever. Think of it like ingredients for recipes when it comes to food. That's it. That's what always makes sense in my head, is that like people come up with, you know, are pretty original ideas. I guess they're not always the most original, but you know, ingredients are thrown out there, but it doesn't mean new recipes can't be like come up with all the time. They just happen. And just because you were aware of, you know, sugar existing doesn't mean that you know of every use that sugar could be used in, you know, every recipe. I saw this nightmare streak running bifurcated freezing poison just to create barriers for yeah, exactly. That shit I was like, what? I think it was, is it DAW, or which one of them is it, of the speedrunners in the nightmare mode? But yeah, it's one of the Japanese Noita players actually popularized that, I believe. And that's genius, you know? Genius. Finally, a wand we can work with. Okay, let's go. That's how humanity created tons of ingredients, and Americans came up with deep frying each and every one of them. Hell yeah, brother! Fuck yeah! Right, chainsaw, add mana. So these kind of builds, I'm like, I don't think they did, but that one's hard to say for sure, right? Because, you know, they were coding things up. They had plans. So clearly they had some ideas. But ones I feel more confident saying, there's no way that they saw that coming, is like the world tele wands, where players were teleporting themselves entire worlds, because this actually introduced new bugs to the game. I think that's one of the giveaways where it's like, okay, they set up the environment for craziness to happen, but they didn't anticipate every way that, you know, every form of craziness. That world tele one is one that I feel confident in, because when the players started to build it, it introduced a bug that whenever you would tele an entire world away, if you then teleed back, this would lead to your character sometimes getting deleted, just ceasing to exist. Right now. This is long form, damn it. I get used to this. Taking me a second. Now, if you ask the devs, do you think a player could tele like a I don't know, a good chunk or whatever, they'd probably, yeah, there's probably a method, but I don't know if they were like, yeah, players will design wands to take them exactly 1 parallel world away or 10 parallel worlds, all that kind of stuff. I don't think so. I think if they did anticipate it, there probably would have been some interesting questy kind of stuff that they would have prepared for the community. It was wild seeing this tech develop in real time. Yeah, it was fun. It was fun seeing the community, you know, one day a person's like, hey, I have this idea for creating a wand like this. Then the next day you see another one, and like a week later, next thing you know, you have these wands where players are like, oh yes, if you fire the wand at this exact spot, you will spawn on the exact pixel 1 parallel world away, and then you can modify the wand in this way, and then it'll take you 10 parallel worlds. It's like, what? You know, the calculations were awesome. Alright, rolling this. Alright, this is all pretty lame stuff. Roll the dice for the fun of it. Why not? Does S2P bug crash for you, by the way? Trying to document that bug on the wiki, but it doesn't crash on my device. Really? It doesn't crash on... Yeah, it crashes. It's really easy to crash your game. Basically, you just cast it where there's no spells around for it to, like, eat, to, like, kill off. And so you're pretty much... I think it's like a... Is it a divide by 0 or times 0 moment? It's something where it's just like not a number, and it just freaks out, and... this results in the game crashing. Usually decently easy to recreate. Latali actually fixed it with his quality of life mod. It's not a difficult bug to fix, I don't think. I mean, you have to ask Latali. He's the guy that actually fixed it. But whenever people explained it, it seems like kind of a bug that if you were to explain to the devs, they probably would patch it in a matter of minutes. You'd be like, if 0, you know what I mean? Like, if the number is non-existent or 0 or whatever, don't, you know, try to run the calculations. Instead, it still tries to run the calculations, which leads to it freaking out. If divide by 0 change to 1, yeah, something silly like that. Does this quality of life mod count as modded game though? Like, I can't even play unmodded. Wait, what? I can't even play unmodded? I mean, yeah, his quality of life mod is a mod, but it doesn't make the game easier unless you consider trying to make sure your game doesn't crash as much as being easier, because I don't think the devs intended game crashing as a like challenging mechanic for the user. It's just a byproduct of, like, you know, bugs and just imperfections in the code that they never got around to fixing. Oh shit, that is a wand. So I think using Latali's quality of life mod is in general a smart move. The only reason I don't do it is because since I'm streaming the game, I want to be able to talk about those bugs that exist, so that I don't want to go using a wand that can't be used by a person that is not using that mod, because, you know, it's not that he buffed it, he didn't make it better, he literally fixed it and made it work how the devs intended to have it work. Spells to Power is one of those that would leave for a lot more fun builds could happen if Spells to Power wasn't so goddamn buggy. A lot more fun experimentation in runs, I should say, could happen. Instead, you have to plan out your wands very carefully and guarantee that it won't, your game won't crash. Which is not as cool. Wait, actually, I mean, we can't even, if we grab this add mana, we can't even use it because the 0.5, I mean, we could use it, but we're not going to see that much value out of it. Not immediately, at least. I thought the lags and crashes were a feature. They're intended game mechanics, damn it. Got that. What's up, Bleb? You have heard about veggies, but have you thought you could deep fry veggies? That's the American way. It makes those very nutritious things into deprived of all goodness husks of themselves. Ruins the whole idea of healthy food. But on the plus side, you can participate in a fun exercise of being in debt for life for your hospital bills. That's freedom, baby. That's our freedom. Freedom's delicious. I'm hungry now. I gotta go deep fry something. Oh shit. Yeah, I went by that. A little sloppy. I see that now. Disgusting. No poly mages, please. Ooh. There we go. Actually found a couple hearts on our way down. It's kind of funny. Go. And we'll get the Aw. He actually had a little baby. There we go. Another place removed from our random start locations. We have now removed the frozen vault. If you're curious where I think I started, I don't know exactly, but let me show you. I believe where I was at. Where is the map? Damn it, I keep closing that stupid map. There it is. So where we started, I believe it was somewhere over here. I think if I had to guess, probably like, I don't know, there. Maybe even a little bit higher. So what I started doing is I spawned here, and then I started using my unstable telly jumps and was just jumping all over the place till eventually one of the times I ended up in a spot like this. And then I used chaotic poly to start just scrambling around. And then eventually I scrambled up to the top. And then I chaotic poly'd a couple more times, made it to here. Then I climbed my way out and then went across the surface. And we ended up here at the starting location and then just pretty much did a standard run. Woo! Got it done. Looks like streaking is back on the menu. Hell yeah. Hell yeah, Trinity. I won.
I won!
You had such massive luck with with the telly and poly? Don't be jealous, Bayhue. Don't be jealous. I would love one day, though, we were kind of yapping there at the end about like what I think, like do the devs plan this? I would love to one day just sit down with the devs, at least some, like one or two of them, and ask some of those questions. Because I don't know, we could be surprised with some of those answers. A lot of the stuff that I end up thinking is mainly from what I've heard from one of the devs. He does stream. His name on Twitch is Himpuli, and he does talk about some of the stuff in Noita, which that's where I kind of conclude some of the things I conclude, because it's like, oh shit, I didn't know that, or I didn't know this. And yeah, like that's usually how I piece together whatever I think about them. So it isn't always like stuff that they directly stated. For example, one thing I never knew were that these material spells right here actually are remnants. The water material, oil material, blood material, acid material. Mainly, I think it was the cement material is the one that he mainly started the story about. But the reason it exists in the first place was because Noita was originally going to be designed to be like this this game where you did base building and stuff. At least, I don't know if base building is the right term, but you were going to be building structures. And after trialing and erroring that style of play, they didn't like the feel of it, because as many of you know, Noita can be very frustrating when it comes to dealing with stuff on a pixel level. It can be really annoying, and so they ended up being like, you know what, fuck it, let's not make this about, you know, building structures and stuff. But they left the spell or these spells in the game. And they even made, you know, like the crit on spells work with them and stuff, and they kind of just embraced them and kind of brought them along with Noita rather than removing them. So the remnants of it being yeah, Terraria, I mean, that's exactly what I think of. I don't think he stated that directly, but in my head it makes me say like, oh, they had to have been kind of go more in the Terraria direction. But again, we would have to one day, maybe we'll get lucky enough to give him like an interview or something and get asked those kind of questions. What do we have here? Yo, I'm so happy to see this group. So I lost my first random starts challenge today. I lost in like 4 minutes. Literally, I had 2 lives. I don't even know 4 minutes, maybe like 2 minutes. I closed the bets, did a run, died, did a run, died. And so I just lost the bet. So the next one, I was like, oh shit, nobody's going to believe in me. So I did another 2 attempts and I died immediately again. And then the next one, I spawned in the frozen vault, and I was like, I gotta pull this off for the believers. And Fluffy Machine, hell yeah, you were one of the believers, my dude. Congratulations on your golden yes sign. Congrats, Fluffy. Getting your 7 streak as well, along with Sparky McJesus. Congrats on the double 7 streaks, you guys. And the raffle, oh, it's like Raffle Lamau with the -7, 7 incorrect predictions in a row. Okay, getting your dunce cap. I see that, Raffle. I see that. It's in your backpack. If you had to rim a planet, which one would it be? And what? Chase, that was rude of you to win. Did you consider the feelings of Bosch Taloni and Shadeless? Both of them losing their streaks. I honestly can't even blame them, because it's, like I said, I lost the last bet in just a matter of minutes. So they thought it was going to be another easy, you know, boom, farm an easy dub. But nope. Shut them down. And in fact, let me make sure I go to the mod. And in the mod settings, we're going to go to the Frozen Vault, which is right here. And now it is disabled. So from our future attempts at doing the random start location, we cannot start in the Frozen Vault again, because we have completed it. And we slowly are working our way through the list. Getting there. Dan Giesling raid? Sure. You guys were wanting to raid him the other day, but I'd already, you know, we had grabbed somebody we're going to show some love to. So, of course, we can show some love to Dan. What's he doing right now? He is currently playing Castlevania 2, the game everyone loves, Volume 4. I have no idea what kind of journey he's on right now. I know Castlevania is very popular, especially in the speedrunning community. I think there's a really specific Castlevania that's popular in speedrunning. I guess the Castlevania equivalent of Ocarina of Time. I can't remember which Castlevania that is, though. Symphony of the Night. Yes, that's the one. That's the one. Symphony of the Night. Because it says Castlevania 2 Simon's Quest. And I was like, I don't think that's the one. But we're going to hit him with some love. First, we're going to do the shop. Don't worry, I haven't forgot. If you guys don't know Dan Giesling, we've rated him before in the past. He's a cool dude. He's been around in the streamer world for a long time. So most of you guys will probably already know of him. But anytime we've rated him in the past, usually he's been confused as fuck as why the chat's saying like weird shit. And for the most part, I just escape as quickly as I can, because most of you guys, I think, scare him. Dan is an old school NES. He's on an old school NES arc right now. Okay. Well, I never played Castlevania, but I do have a lot of nostalgia for some of those old school NES games. Has he played more Noita? I don't think so. I feel like, does he have much time locked in Noita? Does anybody know? You guys can peer pressure him into playing more Noita. Instead of your ridiculous bald spam like you guys normally do, how about you go with a, hey, play that amazing game called Noita spam. Now that's solid spam. Did you know that there are mods to the StarCraft 2 campaign that make them a roguelike? Basically modifiers, position plus, wait, pos plus neg? So position plus negative to each of the levels and upgrades, etc. Positive and neg. Oh, why do I was reading POS as position? My brain, man. Positive plus negative. It was saying negative, but I wasn't piecing together the positive. So there's modifiers that do positive and negative things to each of the levels and upgrades. I mean, I didn't know of that, but it doesn't surprise me because they're you know, way back in the day, years ago when StarCraft 2 was still in its younger days, there was a lot of custom games being made. In fact, some people probably got caught up in the hype for this too. If you remember back in the early StarCraft 2 days, there was a group that was like, we're making StarCraft 2 an MMORPG like World of Warcraft. Weeb, shut your mouth for a second. I'm yapping. Let me yap, damn it. Do you guys remember this shit? I remember seeing the trailer, and there were a lot of people talking about it in the gaming world. They're like, oh shit, these modders are making, you know, like the World of StarCraft equivalent. And yeah, it was pretty hype, but then ended up, I don't think it ever actually became a thing. I have no idea whatever happened to it. Who knows, man. But yeah, so it doesn't shock me to hear that there was like a roguelike StarCraft 2. Will you play and stream PoE 1? I don't even know what is Phyrekia Mini League. I never played Path of Exile 1. I've only played Path of Exile 2, which I know is an unpopular thing to say because PoE 1 is the one that Path of Exile community loves. PoE 2, little spicier. The people get a little bit worked up, but I just feel like I missed the hype. I missed everybody getting into PoE 1, so I felt like I'll join you guys on PoE 2, and then I don't know. I never got hooked. I only have like 5 hours in the game. But maybe one day. Anyways, guys, I'll be back in about 15 hours. We're going to play some more Noita in 15 hours. Here's Dan. Be nice to him, chat. Don't be too sweaty. Don't scare Dan, okay? Behave yourselves over there. No bald spam. Behave, chat. Deuces.